Hey guys, it's Milka. Welcome back to my channel, NutAeum. Hi, hello, how are you? No, I'm just kidding. How have you been doing? Today, I'm doing it again, you guys. I'm gonna go do it, which is I'm doing a love reading. I guess that would be like the second one on this channel. And though it won't be as intricate as the love letters, this will still be a pretty detailed language. Whoa. Yes, this will be a very detailed language, the language of love. No, but this will be a pretty detailed reading. I've got a couple of questions written down that we'll be looking at, such as who is this person that is coming into your life next in a romantic sense? What is their love language, and what are they looking like? What is their love language in regards to just their love language and how they give and receive love, what are they looking for in regards to a relationship? Like, are they looking for something casual? Are they looking for something serious? So on and so forth. I'm just looking at my notes, guys, so if you see my phone, I apologize. It is just because I need to look at the questions, because I literally just came up with them before the reading. So we'll also be looking at how this relationship will look like, and important things to know about the relationship, and where will you be at in your life when this person comes in, and then any additional advice or final messages. Okay, I'm going to be referencing my phone a lot for this reading because I haven't done something exactly like this before, so bear with me. There are 4 options to choose from today, you guys. But before we get into these options, we'll do a really quick self promo. I just wanted to let you guys know I do custom crystal bracelets. This is one of them. Normally I wear 2, but today I've only worn 1. And the bracelets are custom made for each individual person. So far, I have yet to make a bracelet that looks identical to any other bracelet that I've made for previous clients. Of course, I have done it a couple of times, but that is only when requested. So if a client requested that, I would do a duplicate for them. But if they're allowing me to just follow guidance and stuff like that when it comes to creating the bracelet, so far there have not been any dupes. But yeah, the bracelets are attuned with Reiki and light language. They're customly attuned to the energy of the individual that they're made for. And they're also set with their intention of helping, either whatever it is that you're trying to attract into your life come in faster, or whether it's the type of healing that you're looking for, it'll help to facilitate or help you to facilitate to do that for yourself. Protection and a couple of other things. But yes, so if you guys are interested in either a crystal bracelet or a private/personal reading with me, you can reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website. Either through the contacts page on my website, through my email, or I'm not as active on Instagram yet, but my Instagram is down there too. All right, you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. So group 1, your card is the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles. Group 2, it's the Knight of Pentacles, or Pentacles. Group 3, you have the Queen of Vessels, which is the Queen of Cups. And for group 4, we have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a moment to select your group. And if you feel drawn to pick more than one, I suppose you can, because you can have multiple people coming into your life. And then you have choices. Whoa. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a moment to do the do and make a decision. Hi, group one. Welcome to your group. This is your group if you chose the 9 of Pentacles or Pentacles. I'm probably going to start saying it like that from now on. Just a heads up. I don't know when it started, but you guys, look at how juicy your stack is. I mean, look at that. Do you see? Also, isn't the copper on this, the copper so pretty, and the blue? I don't know if you can, hold up. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This, like, so many cards. So we're going to be doing it in sections, okay? Let me ring the singing bowl while I review my notes. Okay. So first off, we'll be looking at where your person that will be coming into your life in a romantic sense, who are they? Sorry, where are they? Who are they? Okay. We have the Ace of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, which is funny because that's the card you guys chose, the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, these cards, they're not going to have names, okay? And that is only because these are like not Taiwanese. These are Thai cards, so the artist is from Thailand, and I cannot read this. So these are purely just for interpreting the images. And we're going to put your thick, juicy stack to the side for now while we look at this stuff first. So this section is going to talk mainly about who they are as an individual, and I feel like this will give us a little bit more information about their experience so far in the world, how they're seen, etc., etc. Okay, who they are as an individual. Y'all, I feel like this person is abundant, okay? And I'm not just talking about financially, though I do feel like even if they didn't have money growing up, maybe, this is just for some of you, by the way, I feel like they're at a point in their life where they're feeling really abundant when it comes to the amount of money that they have, the experiences that they can allow themselves to have, and all of this stuff. Like, they just feel very good. They feel very abundant in joy, happiness, the material sense. Like, they feel good. And I'm not saying like the sensation is like I have $1 bazillion, but it's like I have enough money to do all the things that I want and to be able to have a stable home life and all of this stuff. You know, this person feels very stable. I feel like they've done a lot of work on themselves. They've had a lot of self-growth and self-development. I feel like this person is loving life right now, and they are really living at the moment. They're very passionate. I also feel like they are entrepreneurs or have their own business. Yeah, I don't even feel like they're managers. I feel like they have, if they, by the time you meet them, I feel like they'd have already started on their business if they're not already currently in their own business operation, if they're you know what I mean. Okay. But yeah, so I just feel like this person is really thriving. They're having a good time. I feel like they're really reliable, and they seem like a really funny person. Like, they're just super excited. I feel like they embody joy and fun and play. Like, they know how to keep their inner child alive. And I feel like they're very passionate in the way that they talk. I feel like they could have a little bit more of a louder voice or a more powerful sounding voice. Like, it feels very resonant, or it fills the space. but they're also passionate about things that they like, or shall I say love, because they're passionate, right? And I feel like they could be really good salespeople in regards to the things that they love. Not because they're trying to sell the thing, but they're just passionate. So it always comes across as like they're pitching an idea, you know? That's why they're really good at having their own business. They're really creative. And I feel like they can have, you know, regardless of the gender, passion in their pants. Moving forward, in regards to how they're viewed or any possible experiences that they've had, what I'm seeing here, again, I feel like they have a very loud voice. I feel also as though they are very big on justice. They have very high morals, and yeah, I feel like they are very, very strict in regards to justice being served. Yeah, I'm really getting that very strongly for them. Like if somebody is mistreating someone else, they will step in. And I don't think they pray for the demise of wrongdoers. Like I don't think they pray for them to die, but I feel like there's a certain sense of vengeance when it comes to that. Like they can't stand to see people or animals or beings being hurt or abused or taken advantage of. And so I feel like they get carried, because remember I was saying they're very passionate. So I feel like on some level they can be a little bit extreme sometimes. I think it will be a little bit opposite to you. I feel like you guys also have a strong moral compass, but I don't think you're as extreme with them in regards to the punishment. Like if you choose to say like, you know, love is the healing that we need, I feel like this person is a little bit more strict or stern. Like that approach with the love is the only thing we need feels like a more feminine, divine feminine approach. Theirs is a little bit more divine masculine, where it's like this person needs to be in jail, this person needs to blah 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 blah, blah, you know, stuff along those lines. I also feel like a lot of people listen to their advice. Yeah, there just seems to be a lot of emphasis on their voice. Like they speak their opinion very freely. I think before they used to feel very restricted in the way that they communicate because of their family life. I feel like they were repressed by possibly a father figure in regards to how freely they can communicate. And I feel like it wasn't just them, it was the whole household. But I think as they started, like, because remember I was saying they did a lot of work on themselves. So I just feel like now they're in a place where now they're super open to expression, super open to communication, and they will stand up for any injustice, not for injustice, but against any injustice. Like they could even be a lawyer, you know, or have been interested in being a lawyer. Because I see them defending people and standing up for the underdog. And I don't necessarily think that it is their profession. I just think that this is something they're super passionate about, that it seems to be interwoven with who they are. Because this is part of their experience. They were repressed in their voice before and they were silenced. And so now they turn it into like, I will make sure that everybody is able to speak up for themselves and nobody is ever mistreated again or repressed or pushed down. You know, they feel very, very, very passionately about that. And I feel like they're always going to be asking you what your opinion is of things. They're always going to be pushing you to express yourself. So if some of you guys have a hard time communicating, I feel like this is going to be something that challenges you to develop your throat chakra more, because they have developed it very well, and so they're going to be extra curious about like your opinions, your thoughts on matters. It doesn't matter if they're politically correct or if it's something that they're in agreement with. They're not going to argue with you. They just want you to be able to feel like you have a voice in the connection. Anything else? Let me see if there's anything else that's coming through about them or their experience. I feel like they've helped a lot of people, and so a lot of people look to them, look up to them, or like look to them for advice or something, because they've helped a lot of people in the past. Like, remember I was saying they stand up for injustice, so all of the people that they've helped, it hasn't gone unnoticed, and I feel like that because of that, people look to them. I'm not saying they are necessarily a leader, but I feel like a lot of people kind of elevate them in general, just because they're like, this person was there for me when I needed someone, and I can't help but like give words of praise for them, you know? That's how I feel other people would speak about them. Next, I'll be looking at, sorry guys, I'm just looking at my notes. What is their love language / what are they looking for currently relationship-wise? So let's, oopsie daisy. So we have, okay, you guys got a lot of cards for this, and I took all of them, and I'll tell you why once I lay them out. So we have the World. Let me move this up. Okay. The Queen of Swords. The King of Swords. The Star. The Two of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The High Priestess. And the King of Wands. And we'll put your stack to the side again. So this is, what are they looking for in love / what is their love language? Okay, with the World here, I feel like, let me just, I know the love languages, but let me look at them for a second. Okay. Honestly, with the World being here, I feel like they kind of embody all of the love languages. I know everybody for the most part has all of them. It's just some are stronger than the others. But I really feel as though the way that they give love is all of them. They give all of them equally. They do the words of affirmation, the acts of service, the gifts, quality time, physical touch. They're very, very, very adamant on that. Like, they've worked on themselves, and I feel like they actually put a lot of pressure on themselves to be the perfect partner, the perfect something for somebody, you know? But they try to relieve that by reminding themselves that they are enough exactly as they are. So this is someone who is going to be working on themselves for the rest of their life. And it's not because they have so many problems, but it's because they're really big into self-development. I also feel like for them, the way that they receive love, right? Because they give all of them equally. The way that they receive love, though, I feel like for them to feel loved, the biggest thing would be quality time. And quality time is a very big one for them. And give me a second. Quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch is kind of there. I feel like quality time, Sorry guys, I'm just trying to make sense of it. Give me one more second. Quality time is a for sure. That is like one of the top ones. Physical touch, I feel like it's not really, really up there, but it's kind of there. And it's a little bit of a tie between words of affirmation and acts of service. So I feel like quality time is like their biggest one. Acts of service turn them on, but I don't think they necessarily make them feel loved. So I would say quality time, if we had to pick one, it would be quality time. Quality time for sure. I feel like you showing them that you want to spend time with them is the best thing that you can do for them to feel loved. Because again, with that father figure and the restriction that they experienced, I feel like their inner child, though it has experienced a lot of healing, the thing that it craves the most is somebody just being there for them. So I feel like that's why quality time for them is how they receive love. But what they're currently looking for in a relationship, you guys, I feel like they're looking for, with the world here, they're looking for, this person is very adventurous. Remember I was saying they're very passionate? I feel like they're very adventurous and they are looking for something out of this world. Like with the star, the world, they're looking for something that's romantic, super passionate, like, again, because they are passionate. So I feel like they're like, I want a whirlwind romance, you know, like they're in a point in their life where they're not looking for, I don't think they're looking, I'm looking for marriage right now. That being said, it's not like it's something that couldn't lead to it. I just feel like right now they're looking for a whirlwind romance and they want to be spontaneous with it and they want to see where things lead. They love the process of things unfolding naturally. So that's why I'm saying it's not like there's no future here, like there very much could be. It's just what they're currently looking for. It's not what the potential is, right? We're looking at what they're currently looking for in a relationship. And they're looking at something that has the potential to unfold and to be a whirlwind romance and like talking on the phone all night. Like they're looking for like that really corny, cheesy, passionate kind of love and fun and adventure. Communication is huge for them. They want somebody who matches their communication style, who like gets their wit, because I feel like they have a very unique way of thinking about things, and they want somebody who is equally there. They also want somebody who is just as passionate about justice. And I don't mean legal justice. I mean like has just as equally high morals, and that your morals are in alignment. That's what they're looking for. They don't want somebody who's just doesn't care about like somebody else being hurt. They're like, look, it's not me, you know, it's not my problem because it's not happening to me. Like if they see injustice, they want the person that they're with to not be like, let's just keep moving, you know, but oh my gosh, is there something we can do to help? Or at least to see that you're affected by it, you know? Like, for example, in New York City, like a lot of people have numbed themselves to homeless people and like seeing crazy things happening. So just because nobody really wants to get involved. You don't know if this is just like some kind of an argument between partners or if it's genuinely some kind of a domestic abuse and you think somebody else is going to help. And, you know, they want somebody who's not like that. Like, they don't want you to be able to just walk past something like this without feeling something. They're very big on feelings. They want to make sure, like, morals. They're really big on morals. They're also looking for somebody who I feel like they can laugh with. Like, they want to have fun. I feel like other relationships have been super superficial. And they're just looking for someone that they can communicate with nonstop, someone that they love talking to, that they can have really fun, passionate time with, that they can travel. Like I'm seeing travel a lot here with the Ace of Wands. It's something that they aspire to, but like I feel like they want somebody that they can go on adventures with, that they can travel with, somebody that gets them on a deep soul level. They want to feel like, oh, this is some kind of a spiritual connection. You're my soulmate. Like, this person, even though like I did say they were really passionate, like they're coming across almost as a hopeless romantic. But it's not that they're a hopeless romantic. I just think that because they're so passionate, they want their romantic life to be extremely passionate. You know, like they get excited about that kind of stuff. It brings them joy. They want it to be corny and cheesy. Like they like it. And they want somebody that they can laugh with. I just feel like they're looking more so for a companion right now. Somebody that's like a best friend. because I don't think that they can find somebody who matches them on all those levels. You know, they can either have somebody who matches their like morals or like communication style, or somebody that they can have laughs and fun with, but it's never both. You know, it's either a little bit more superficial or a little too heavy of a connection. So they want like an in-between. They want somebody who has it all. Okay, they've got high standards for themselves. Next, we'll be looking at what this relationship will look like. So let's clear these cards really quickly. Okay. What will this relationship look like? We have Death, the Sun, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. Oh, a lot of Pentacles. The High Priestess again. Actually, you know what? When I was shuffling, in almost all of the decks, the High Priestess was peeking through. If she didn't fall out, then she was peeking through, which I think is interesting. Knight of Wands, the Tower, and then we'll get into the other cards after. Okay. So what will this relationship look like? I feel like this relationship is going to be a lot of equal give and take, because like I was saying, this person is really, I feel like you guys are caring people. You have very big hearts, right? So you're very caring individuals. And this person is all about making sure that everybody involved is being treated correctly, humanely. Like I said, their morals are incredible. You know, it's probably one of the biggest things that define them. And so I feel like this relationship is actually going to be very equal in regards to give and take. So maybe in the past, if you've experienced people taking too much and you would overgive, because they've experienced this too in their early years. And I feel like this person hasn't had too much luck with romantic relationships. Like they haven't been in very long-term commitments because they don't take BS. They don't tolerate being mistreated or giving too much and not getting anything back in return. So if after like a few months they notice like they're giving, because they understand sometimes you have to give a little bit more in the beginning and then you'll receive something in return, but they're very observant and they're very cautious with themselves. Like they take care of themselves in that regard. So they're cautious of their inner child, right? So they don't stay in relationships if they notice that their partner is not giving back. And I feel like they've experienced that a lot. So they haven't really been in too many long-term commitments or relationships because of this. But I feel like with you guys, it's going to be different. They're actually going to be meeting a match that is equally as giving. I feel like this relationship is going to involve a lot of surprises. Like even with Death being the first card, right? This is not like anything that you guys have experienced, either of you, before. Because even with Death here, you just have the sun peeking through in the background behind him. You see like a little bit of the sun coming through, and then you have the actual sun card right after, right? So I feel like with Death and the sun, this is just talking about like this is going to be, it feels like a really easy relationship, to be completely honest with you. You guys have an incredible dynamic between the two of you, and it feels very strongly of a friendship before it turns into love. I mean, I feel like you guys are going to have love and compassion for each other from the beginning, but like the friendship here is so strong, you know, above anything else, you have a best friend in me, is like what this person would like you to feel and how they want to feel as well. So that's why I feel like it's going to be completely different from previous experiences, because I don't think the intention starts out as something romantic. I think it's just going to be like, oh my gosh, you're a person that I feel a connection to and I feel drawn to. Let's continue to talk. And then it's going to turn into romance. And I think that's actually going to be good for you guys, because I feel like you're going to have possibly a lot on your plate, both of you, or just you. I don't feel like it would, if it's either both of you or just you, because I don't think it would be just them. I really don't think it's just them because they're good at managing things. So it's either going to be you or both of you that have a lot on their plate. But I really get the feeling that it's going to be you that has a lot on their plate at the time that this person could come in. So I feel like you guys are constantly, like, it's actually good that you guys are starting out as friends. And I feel like this relationship, you guys have this very deep connection. It's almost like you guys can intuitively understand each other. You know, you are soul friends. That's what it feels like. And so it almost feels like you allow your inner children to come alive with each other, you know? It's like your inner child and their inner child found a playmate within each other. And that's something that you guys have been looking for a very long time, both of you, since you were young, to have that kind of a companion. So I feel like you find that in each other. And because of that, like, the universe has a lot of surprises for you guys as well, like in store. It's kind of like a game. It feels like a game, but in a fun way. Not like a player-y kind of way. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of happiness in the connection. I feel like there's going to be a lot of self-image boosting. Like, this person is going to help you to feel really good about yourself and your physical body. Like, I feel as though you guys have done a lot of work in regards to your personality and your mental state, and feeling like, you know, you're secure, a little bit more secure in how much you have to offer emotionally and mentally. But I feel like you guys can have some scars or like some kind of something about your body that you feel insecure about. And they're really going to help you to accept all parts of yourself, even the parts that you thought couldn't be loved or would just be ignored, not fully 100% unconditionally loved, just accepted as, oh, this is a part of them and whatever. You know, but this person is going to show you like, no, I don't just accept these things. I unconditionally love them, you know? Okay. And then we're going to be looking at important things to know about the relationship as well. So what we've got is the, this is 10. That's a 14. Temperance. Okay. I needed a second. I was like, what is this card? Temperance. And ooh, interesting. We have the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So it's interesting because the King of Swords came out earlier as well, right? So I feel like in regards to important things for you guys to know about this relationship, communication is key. Like, that seems to be the biggest kind of like, you need to keep in mind, communication is key. Though you guys are going to have very good intuitive inklings about each other and understanding each other completely, right? I feel like at first, the biggest thing is continue to communicate your boundaries, communicate the things that make you scared about going into a relationship, communicate the things that get you excited about going into a relationship, communicate the things that you want in a relationship, communicate the things that are okay and that are not okay. Communication to them is sexy, okay? And it is healthy as well. That is the most important thing above all else. It's healthy. And I feel like, oh, with temperance, right? Remember I was talking about you guys with the equal balance, equal give and take. That's kind of the same thing here. That's what temperance is about. It's healing and it's equal. It's equality, right? So again, even with this death card, I feel like it's healing. This connection is healing because you're finally going to feel like you have somebody that's there for you unconditionally, and they're going to feel that same way, right? So it's like, instead of me being the only one who's there for me unconditionally, now I actually have somebody else who's there for me unconditionally. And I also feel as though your comfort is important. So that is an important message about this relationship. I feel like communication is key with you guys, and comfort is important. So I feel like you guys are gonna have you guys, so there's this Webtoons comic series called Lore Olympus, and it's kind of like that Persephone and Hades, for those of you who know. connection in the comic, where they have a lot of clear communication with each other, and even if they're uncomfortable about something or they're insecure about something, they are completely open and they express it, and they don't judge each other for it. So it kind of feels like that, which I also think is one of the reasons that this connection is going to be so healing for you guys. So it feels super stable. Like it almost feels like you guys are holding each other, you know? Not just in an embrace, which you are, but also upholding each other. And both of you are doing that, so it's equal. So it's not like this is abusive or this is me giving too much. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Let me just clear the table again. Oh my, Oh, okay. I was like, where did I put those cards? Oh my. All right, next we're going to be looking at where you're going to be in your life when this person comes in. So we have the High Priestess yet again, okay? The Three of Cups. Ooh, interesting, because we also have, guess what, y'all? The Empress, okay? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Wands as well. And then these are all going to be advice cards, so we're leaving those for last. Okay, where you guys will currently be in your life when this person comes in. I feel as though you guys are going to be very much self-aware. Like I feel as though this relationship wouldn't have worked in the past because you guys had to completely understand yourselves, come to terms with yourselves, be okay with yourselves, understand your wants and needs, and separate the two of them, right? To be able to determine what is an actual want and what is a need. Is this want coming from a place of I need this, you know? And you guys had to work on expression, because I feel like you guys held a lot of things back because you were worried about being judged or being abandoned or being a burden. You know, it depends. Like it's different for you got a few of you guys, but yeah, I feel like it's amongst those couple, like those three things or so. So I feel like you guys had to learn this connection wouldn't have worked otherwise, because this person is all about communication, right? They're all about being there for each other, and you guys wouldn't have been able to communicate, and it wouldn't have worked in that regard. And because they're so passionate, I also don't think they would have had the patience in the past to wait it out for you to get to the point where you're comfortable communicating. So you guys have to get there first. So I feel like you guys are already on the way to it. You know, it's not like it's long from now, but I do feel like you guys are going to be in a place where you are really self-aware, where you are not afraid to communicate your wants and needs. I feel like you're going to be protecting your energy a lot. You're going to be finding people in your life that actually resonate really strongly with like your soul and your likes and stuff like that. I feel like you're also going to be very abundant, you know, like miracle, like you're gonna notice that good things just start happening all around you. Like you're gonna see somebody helping, like say for example, you're going on a train and you have to walk downstairs or upstairs or something. You're gonna see like a woman with a stroller, and instead of her trying to carry the stroller by herself, somebody's gonna help, like offer to help her carry the stroller. Like you're gonna start seeing a lot of kind acts happening around you, and those are going to be key signs to show you that you are raising your vibration. You're going to see acts of kindness. Yeah, that's the term around you. I also feel like you are going to be, again, expression is key here. So I feel like you guys are going to be more vocal, more talkative with strangers, not just with people that you know. Like I feel like you guys are going to be more talkative because it's your communication, right? It's you talking and being clear and stuff that makes this person attracted. Remember what I told you? Like they think communication is sexy. Like that is stability for them. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are just going to be in this place where everything feels good. Like it feels good. You're happy, you're secure in yourself, good things are happening around you, kind things are happening around you, and you communicate easily. Like that seems to be the big thing. Like you speak freely with people that you know, that you don't know, and authentically, you know? And you communicate the things that you like and don't like. Like that's the biggest thing. Okay, and then cards for advice, we have the Hermit, the Two of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the King of Cups. It's interesting. I think we've had all of the kings come out now. And we have the new moon and the the last quarter moon. Okay, let me just take a sip of water, you guys. Okay. Okay, let's see. What are your final messages / advice? Yeah, I feel like right now, Divine is asking you to continue prioritizing yourself and your inner world, because I feel like you guys are still on this journey of being fully self-expressed, being unapologetically who you are inside and out. So I feel like there's a bit of an emphasis to keep focusing on that. And I feel like there's a little bit of an advice here that's a little off topic. But it seems to be, actually something else came up in regards to, I feel like there's a little bit of resentment. I feel like some of you guys have a little bit of resentment to release as well, which is it's resentment that was built up when you felt like injustice was done to you. It was resentment that built up when you felt you had to be silenced, which is why you guys had the issues with communicating. I feel like there's still a little bit of that residual resentment left inside. So I feel like they're asking you to release that resentment towards the people who made you feel like you had to silence yourself or to be quiet around them. I also feel like they're asking you to be kind to yourself at the moment if you're going through a little bit of a hurdle, because you guys are having a lot of emotions that need to really be released, come out of you guys. So you're going to be feeling a lot of different things, emotional roller coaster style. And it's okay for you guys to be feeling it. Don't think that you're backtracking. You're just experiencing those things. So allow yourself to experience them so that you can feel them and release them. Okay? I also feel with the last quarter moon, it's like they're saying like you're getting close to being to the end of that cycle, right? Because it's the last quarter and then it's the new moon. So you guys are getting really close to ending that cycle, that whole cycle, that spiel with like the emotional roller coaster and wave and just the past hurts that kind of held you back before and had you repressed before. You're coming to terms with ending those things. So it's almost kind of like an encouragement of just hold out a little longer, okay? Because you guys are almost there. Final messages with the dice. We have 14. Interesting. Temperance. Again, Sagittarius, which Temperance rules. Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. I mean, Temperance doesn't rule Sagittarius. Sagittarius is associated with Temperance. Jupiter is associated with Sagittarius, and the 9th house, which is associated with Sagittarius and Jupiter. Oh my gosh. That is so freaking funny. What the heck, you guys? Well, that is hilarious. You guys had all 4 dice indicating Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Wow, so maybe Sagittarius season, which is middle of November to middle of December, which is, depending on when you're watching this reading, if you're watching it when it gets uploaded, we're basically we're in Sagittarius season, right? Because this video is going to be uploaded in Sagittarius season. So I think that's interesting. I think they're actually telling you like this is going to be a very prominent season for you guys to focus on healing. And this is going to be the season where you're experiencing a lot of those emotional up and downs and going against the grain, it feels like a little bit. Okay, so wow, this is so interesting. And this is also talking about expansion. But I feel like for you guys, it's really just marking the season. Maybe you guys have Sagittarius prominently placed in your charts, but I feel like that's also like it's about expansion and philosophical thought, which is why, again, like this person and you, communication is going to be so big with you guys. I feel like you guys are going to have very interesting communication, and you have very interesting communication styles. But okay, that was your reading, group 1. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was a little bit of an abrupt end there. But I would love to hear from you guys in the comments if this is something that you're looking forward to relationship-wise. Have you been working on this like self-development? Have you been working on expressing yourselves more? I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed this reading, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Also, if you're looking forward to more videos that I will be posting, because I've got different types of exciting things that I have been planning in my head for you guys. I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel so that you can also stay posted in regards to when I'll be putting out a new video. And yeah, that was your reading, group 1. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. If you guys are interested in a private or personal reading or in a custom crystal bracelet, you can reach out to me through either my website's contact page or through my email or Instagram, but preferably the first two. All right, you guys, sending you lots of love and rainbow kisses. Bye. Hey, group 2, welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles, I shall say. I'm gonna set your card aside. I just finished shuffling, actually. Look at this juicy stack of cards, right? Before we begin, also look how pretty the gilding is on some of these. Isn't it pretty? The blue, the copper, I don't know if you can see it, but the gold on these. This is gold. Before we begin, I just wanted to say, when I was shuffling your cards, I kind of felt like you guys were having a little bit of trust issues. So I feel like you guys kind of don't feel like this person is going to come through. Yeah, I'm feeling like you guys have a little bit of trust issues, because I feel as though you've heard a lot of these kinds of messages and it never came true or it never came through. But I think it's because you guys have to work on opening your heart a little bit more, okay? I feel like you guys have a bit of an abandonment issue, whether it stems from emotional or actually physical abandonment. Like people not showing up for you whenever they told you they would, you know, parents telling you, oh, yes, I promise we'll do this, and then breaking their promise. And so you've learned that you can't trust love, you know? So I just feel like you guys have a little bit of trust issues and your heart is kind of closed. And because of that, whenever you hear about these messages about somebody that's coming into your life, it's like there's a part of you that holds it back because you're worried about letting anyone into your heart because you have the trust issues. So if you have a closed heart, how are you going to welcome someone into your life? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna link a meditation for you guys next to your group timestamp. Okay, guys? It's a really helpful meditation for abandonment issues. And it's just a bit of a start, and I recommend this to I recommend this particular meditation to a lot of my clients because I just feel like it's really effective. So I think it could be a good start with you guys, for you guys to help open your heart to be able to receive this person if you want them, okay? Or just love in general. And if you don't like this person, it can be anybody else. All right, guys? All right, let's get into the reading. So first we're going to be looking at who is this person. So who's this person, and next to it, it'll also be like, in addition to who they are, any kind of what their status or / experience may be, or what is prominent to know about them, okay? So we have the Emperor, Strength, wow, the Knight of Cups, and then the next few cards are actually Thai cards, like from Thailand. It was a Thai artist that created them, and I can't read the language, so just interpreting the images, right? So this is one of them. 2, 3. Okay, and we'll look into the rest of the stack after. So give me 1 second here. I feel like this person that is going to be coming into your life, they have a very, very magnetic energy and presence. Like, I feel like they can get a lot of people to melt around them, because they just have this very fiery and warm presence and energy, okay? I feel as though they do have a lot of fire energy here, and they could, okay, I'm just gonna say how I see it, okay? You can choose to, we'll find out more as we continue in the reading, but you can choose to accept or not accept, okay? So it's not about who is your ideal romantic partner, it's just what is the next romantic partner option that's coming through, right? So I do feel like they can sometimes have a little bit of a temper, okay? I think this person, because they have such a fiery energy, they like to feel like the hero. So they like to be somebody who rescues like the damsel in distress. So that's kind of like that Aries energy, and the Emperor's coming through with that Aries energy. Leo coming through with the Strength card, right? So they want, we haven't gotten to their love languages yet, but I'm getting that like praise is probably big for them, like words of affirmation is probably going to be a big one for them. They like to feel special. I think they think, but that's the thing. I think that they think that that's going to be the thing that they feel the most love through, but I don't think it's the true love language, like of their inner child. Though the words of affirmation are really good, I feel like there's one more love language that we're going to see revealed that's going to actually be their key love language, to feel like they're nurturing their inner child. Because I do feel like this person has a lot of strength, like personal strength and possibly even physical strength, like they could work out, okay? But I also feel like they kind of have a little bit of a barrier or a wall in regards to their emotions. It's like they want to be there for others, but they can't fathom looking deeper inside themselves or having somebody go inside them, right? So it kind of makes me think of you guys too, to be honest with you. So I feel like you guys are attracting somebody who is on a similar level, and you can change that by working on yourself a little bit more and opening your heart, right? Because you have a little bit of a barrier or wall around your heart, and so does this person. And you're a very giving person, and this person wants to give to, this person has a very masculine energy off the bat. So I feel like you guys are giving in slightly different ways. Like this person is giving in a provider way, and you're giving in a nurturing way. But yeah, let's see what else we can get about this person. I feel like they were groomed from a very young age to hold and withstand tremendous amounts of pressure. They had a lot of responsibility put onto them, I think, because either they had a single mother, like either they were raised by like a single mom, whether their father passed away early or left or abandoned them, or there was a divorce and they lived with their mother. I just feel like their mother was very fragile and very feminine, and not even a very balanced feminine. It feels like an imbalanced feminine energy, and it kind of forced them to become an adult very young, to become a provider very young. They were being the stability for their mother from a very young age, okay? And I feel like that is one of the reasons why they've closed off their heart, because I don't think they have felt that they have a right to kind of have that their emotions and their emotional needs met. I feel as though they could also have a sibling, and whether or not this person is the older of the two siblings, I feel as though they've taken on the responsibility for the family. Okay, so even if they're younger, I feel like on some level they felt like they were more emotionally responsible for being there for their mother and their older sibling. And if they're older, it would also kind of make sense. They felt responsible to take care of their younger sibling as like a parental figure, since their mother wasn't 100% there. Okay, like this person has a very strong masculine energy regardless of their gender. And I feel like they actually need to focus on healing feminine energy within them, and to be more receptive, right? Because I feel like they're all about output, because that's what they're used to. And you guys are all about output, because that's what you're used to. And both of you guys need to work on receiving. So you guys are both going to be giving to each other, but neither of you would be fully receiving, you know? So this relationship could actually help you guys work on receiving, because you have somebody who's willing to give. But I feel like until this person works on receiving, they could have a little bit of a temper issue. I feel like their anger comes from feeling like they experienced a wrongdoing. Their anger comes from the fact that they feel like they can't express themselves or their emotions, and that they have to repress it all. And so they feel like an injustice is being done to them, or has been done to them in that regard. And so it comes out in anger. Their emotions come out in anger because they don't know how to address or express them, or they haven't allowed themselves to go about doing that. So it just comes out in anger and frustration. And this is, again, something that can be overcome, right? And you can help shift that by working on yourself and being like a light and showing them that they can work on themselves, okay? Next, we're going to be looking at what they're looking for in a romantic relationship, and what their love language is, or languages are. So we have Wednesday Cat. Interesting that you have the Knight of Pentacles again, and you have the Nine of Pentacles, and you have the Emperor again, and you have the Four of Wands. This is so interesting. This person is going to be very, very, very dominant, okay? Like, to the point where they're so used to handling responsibility. They're so used to things kind of falling on them that they do it by default. So I feel like on some level, you're not going to be used to somebody calling you and asking you, have you eaten yet? And stuff like that. And I feel until you guys are open to receiving, you may feel like this person is trying to control your life. They're not trying to control your life. This is how they show love, by showing you that they care about you. They show love by, let me see if I can find the actual, give me a second. This would be, I don't know if this is counting as acts of service, right? But that's how they show love. They show love by being like, okay, have you done this yet? Let me do it for you. Have you done this yet? Let me do it for you. You know, and I feel like unless you guys work on receiving and like healing, you could take it as, do you think of me as somebody that's weak? I don't understand, you know? Or it could be the other way around. You've been waiting for somebody to come fulfill those needs, to do those things for you. And it can turn into codependency because you're going to rely on this person to meet those fundamental needs, right? But if you work on yourself, and like I said, if you do the meditation a few times that I will have linked next to you, it can help you, right? Do it a few times, because some of you guys may feel like you're so stuck that it takes some time for you to see those emotions or to see the things that she's guiding you through. And that's okay too. That's part of the process. But yeah, I feel like you guys could turn it into possibly codependency. But if you realize that you are the only one that can meet your needs and anybody else is just a bonus or a plus, like an add-on, that's different. Then you don't lose your individuality or your independence. You don't give it away. You just allow somebody to help you, and it doesn't turn into a codependency thing. Okay? So I feel like this person is going to really try. It's not that they're trying to micromanage your life. It's just they want to make sure that everything is good with you. So they're going to be checking in on you. They're going to try to provide for you. And if they're prioritizing their work over you, then I feel like they're going to try to make up for it by giving you gifts, right? And it's not that they're trying to buy your affection. I just think that this is the only way that they've been shown how to give love. Like, I feel like they were that emotional support and shoulder bearer for their mother figure and for their father figure, who felt a little bit more absent. For some of them, I feel like the father would just give them like money or gifts or something as like, oh, this is my love, you know? So I feel like this person has taken that on as well. Again, it's not something that can't be healed. I just think that this is something that, like, for example, remember I was saying like they think that their love language is one thing, and sure, that is part of their love language, but they actually have another love language that can nurture their inner child. So I feel like for them to receive, like their receptive love language to actually help them to feel loved is acts of service as well. And I feel like it's acts of service, quality time, and physical touch. I feel like the physical touch is actually needed for them because they have so much aggression and they have so much masculine energy, and it kind of feels pent up. That's also why they love working out. I feel like that gentle touch of a feminine energy, again, regardless of gender, it's just energy, will feel very soothing for them. So I feel like physical touch is actually going to be very helpful for them to kind of start releasing that resentment and anger. And what was the other thing I said? One second. Acts of service are going to show them that they're not the only ones who have to provide, because I feel like they also on some level have learned to associate their worth with how much they give, right? So acts of service and quality time is actually going to show them like, you deserve to receive this too. It's going to take some time for them to be okay with receiving, but yeah, I feel like those are going to be the things that help heal their inner child, okay? Because it's not going to be words of affirmation, though words of affirmation are nice, but I feel like their mother could have given them words of affirmation, like, oh, you're such a strong person, thank you for doing this for me, you know? And it's like, that only reinstill, it's not that those words comforted them. They kind of learned to be like, oh, okay, whatever, you know, I'm doing this because I love you, here you go, you know? So I feel like on some level, words have become a little bit more shallow for them. So that's why they need like actual like people to show them, I'm here for you. You don't have to take care of everything on your own. Let me share the burden. You're still strong you're still strong even if you let others help you. Okay. And in regards to what they're looking for in a relationship, I think that this person is looking for commitment. I think that they're slow to open up, but they're looking for somebody that they can move in with. And because I'm seeing home with Wednesday cat, like coming out of a box, and Four of Wands, which is like wedding and like home for me, right? And the Emperor is the provider. Like they're looking for somebody that they can have a home with, I feel like on some level they don't feel like they can have the kind of love that you imagine, which again can change once they're with you and they receive, right? Once they learn how to receive. They just haven't had that kind of experience yet. So I feel like for them, it's almost just like completing a checklist. You know, they're like, okay, I have this, now I just need a family. I just need a partner to come home to. So I feel like on some level, that's what they're looking for with the relationship. And their inner child and like this inner part of them that dares to hope kind of is looking to have somebody who loves them, right? Who accepts them as they are, who they can feel safe to become or feel a little weak next to, okay? But that's kind of a hidden desire, all right? So that's something that's because I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles being here twice, right? It's just indicating like, and the Emperor being here twice, like they've got a lot of a hard shell going on with them. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it's not that they're unwilling to try to learn how to open up, because they want to open up. So it's just going to take a bit of time, but they're going to get there, you know. So this would be kind of like a slow burner, as they say. And yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles, I just feel like they want somebody that they can share their wealth, their hard earnings with, you know, like the material world that they've created. I feel like they're really developed in regards to the material world. It's their emotional world now that needs the turmoil to cease, right? But I feel like you guys are more developed in your emotional, like you have more emotional understanding, but your material world is a little kind of wonky. So it's kind of like a yin and yang, yin yang, I don't know, kind of balance going on. But yeah. All right, let's look into the next section of the cards. So you guys could actually be a good balance, a good match for each other to help. Like if you guys are more higher chakra beings, they're more lower chakra, and you guys can help find that balance. But you have to start on your own, okay? You guys have to start on your own, and that's going to help you guys to have a healthy relationship. If you wait for this person to come in, it's not going to be a healthy dynamic, okay? Because somebody's got to be healthy, and you guys starting that will energetically get them open to starting that as well. All right, next we're going to be looking into what will the relationship look like if you guys choose to continue on with this relationship. We have the Moon, the Six of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the King of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Oh my gosh, you guys, the Emperor again. Let me move this up, move you guys here. How many? Yeah, okay. And the Eight of Coins. Okay, if you guys choose to continue on with this relationship, I feel like the way that it's gonna look, right? I feel like it's gonna involve a lot of deep healing and a lot of triggers. The triggers are not always gonna be painful necessarily. They're just gonna be triggers to show you where you guys could use some healing. So it's, again, it doesn't seem like it's immensely painful triggers. Like if you guys do some work on yourselves now, like if you continue to work on yourself by the time this person comes into your life and all this stuff, your triggers, you already have a good self-awareness, but you're gonna have an even better, incredible self-awareness. So your triggers are not gonna be like detrimental. They're just gonna be like, huh, this is interesting. I'm feeling triggered, even though this isn't that big of a deal, which means that this, and this is the reason, and I guess I have to work on this, and this. So I feel like this is going to be an actually really healing connection for the two of you guys. I feel like this person is going to at first hold a lot of their emotions in themselves, and they're going to feel like I have to be better. I've got to do better for this person, for group two. okay? I think that that's because that's how they're used to handling things. They're used to being the provider and taking on all of the responsibility. And I feel like they're going to try to take on the responsibility of the relationship. So for you guys, it's like you've got to put the first foot forward and have open communication with them. This is something I said in the last group too, but communication is key. And with you guys, I feel like especially you're going to be showing them like, hey, you can let your walls down, you know? I just wanted to let you know, I'm feeling this way, or this is something. And I feel like if you tell them, I feel honestly, especially in the beginning, if you tell them, to be honest, this is something that triggered me, they're going to take it personally. They're not going to, there are two outcomes, right? Because this is a bunch of people who are watching this. They could either, depending on how much you've grown, right? The type of person you're attracting. They could either be a little like frustrated or take a little argumentative and be like, I'm just trying to take care of you, you know? Or they could take it silently and just kind of hold it in, bottle it in, and feel like a disappointment. So I feel like it's kind of something where you lead by example. You show them gentleness to yourself first, and they're going to be able to, and then when you have this communication with them, they're going to start seeing like, I can be gentle with me too. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of you, like them being, like they're going to be very supportive of you. They're going to be supportive of your dreams, of your goals. If you want to go for something and you need money, they're going to be like, look, I'm going to provide for you. Because remember, that's what they're looking for. That's the kind of relationship they're looking for right now, is somebody that they can share everything that they've created with. Okay, that they can share their wealth with, that they can share their material possessions with, their material support with. That's what they're looking for. So they're going to really want to support you in your passions and endeavors. Okay, I feel like there's going to be a lot of tension released through the bed sheets. Okay, if you catch what I'm tossing out there, I don't know. What my words are blowing in the wind, I don't know. So I feel like a lot of that is going to be happening in the relationship. And I think that's going to be one of the ways that you guys can best communicate with each other. Because I feel like they can have a very aggressive way of going about that. But they can also have a very safe, I want you to be, like you feel safe and secure with them. Kind of like they're a general, like a leader of like a warrior leader kind of a thing. And you feel like you're secure and safe with them. But yeah, they're gonna, with this 10 of Wands, I feel like they're gonna be feeling like they have to take on a lot of the burden and responsibility. Like even with this whole thing, what they're looking for in a relationship, they're not looking for somebody who loves them. They're looking for somebody that they can continue to provide for. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't think that they can have that kind, I don't think they realize they can have love too. So I feel like that's something you guys are going to be overcoming together, you know, with each other. The fact that like, no, okay, you don't have to always be strong with me. And we're in a relationship together so that we can handle things together. Especially like they're going to need your support more than anything to handle emotional burdens. Because that's the thing that they don't really know how to do. They put up a wall, right? And they've repressed it and it's turned into anger or frustration. So I feel like that's the thing that they're going to feel the most like, wow, you care about me because you're helping take on this emotional burden with me. I feel like with the 6 of Wands too, you guys can actually have a really beautiful relationship. It may sound scary at first because of all this other kind of stuff, but to be honest, even a perfect partner can turn awry if you have a lot of insecurities and things and like issues, like trust issues and stuff like that, because you're going to naturally sabotage the relationship with all of those kinds of things, right? So it's okay to come into union with both of you having a couple of things to work on, as long as both of you actually work on it and you uplift and uphold each other and have clear communication, right? And you show each other, I'm still here for you. So I feel like that's kind of what it is. And both of you are good. Like, this person is very dedicated, okay? Like, they're very goal driven and oriented. So with this 8 of coins, I just feel like they're going to be, and because they're used to taking on responsibility and doing whatever it takes to get to the thing that they have to get to, or to provide whatever they have to provide. So I just feel as though they're going to be putting in the work. Like, they're going to be putting in the work. It's not like you give, it's like they're good at taking constructive criticism, you know? So if you tell them, like, I don't like it when you ask me every time, like 3 times a day, like, have you eaten yet? What have you eaten? Report it to me. I want to make sure it's healthy. You know, I appreciate that you care about me, but I feel like I'm being micromanaged, and I am an individual being, you know, like, I'm an adult. I can handle, I'm grown. I can handle this, like, eating thing on my own, you know, like, I ate before you came into my life, so I kind of know how to eat. But I appreciate you caring about me. And I just want you to know you don't have to be worrying about this, okay? I can take care of if I've eaten. And if I feel hungry or something, I can bring that up to you. But, you know, like, they can feel a little hurt by it, again, because at first they're really determining their worth based on how much they can provide or give or take care of others. But when you put it in a gentle way, they're going to get used to, like, okay, you are an independent being, and I'm an independent being, and we can like, they're gonna really try to work and fix themselves, okay? It's gonna be kind of rough at first how they address themselves, but they're gonna get better. So it's gonna be very healing for the 2 of you guys. And then next we're gonna be looking at what is important for you to know about this relationship. We have the Devil, the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, the World. Oh, this is a cute card, and I'll explain why in a second. And the Ace of Cups. You guys, this is super cute. This is super cute. Give me 1 second, though. My throat is so dry right now, which I think is interesting, because remember what I was saying? Your communication is key with you guys, but I need a drink. 1 sec. Okay. The fact that, like, my throat was so dry, you guys, that I felt like my voice would crack any second or just stop working. So I think it's interesting, because I feel like the trust and, like, your throat chakra. Sorry, 1 sec. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I just cracked my neck. So again, the neck, that's the throat chakra. So I feel like your throat chakra could really, like, it really needs to open up, both you and your person. So I just feel like it's gonna initiate with you guys. It's gonna initiate with you guys before you meet them, and that's gonna create situations in their life before they meet you that help them start expressing themselves a little bit more, get them introduced with that. But yes, what you need to know about the relationship. With the Devil, again, this kind of just feels like this is somebody who's got a lot of this, like what we were talking about, like dark things in the bag with their parents and their emotions being repressed. And because really it comes down to a self-worth issue, right? When you determine your worth based off of how much you can give to others, that means you don't really feel like you deserve love. That means you feel like you have to earn it. That means you don't feel like you're worthy. Like you have to earn the things that you need, you know, like that you want, that you desire. You have to earn love. That's the kind of mindset that they're coming in with. And I feel like that's something that you guys, again, like they're giving you the heads up. This is something you guys are going to have to overcome or overwork. And this person can at first seem like they're easily irritable or frustrated. And I think it's just because they don't know how to process their emotions. They're not good at that yet. So It's just kind of a heads up. That being said, don't stay in a situation where somebody is emotionally abusing you or verbally abusing you or like yelling at you all the time. Because if they're yelling at you all the time, don't wait, just go, okay? This isn't, but I don't feel like this person is going to be yelling at you all the time. This kind of just feels like, I'll be like, okay, but what do you want? Like, I'm trying, like, what do you want? You know, it's going to feel a little bit like irritable like that. And then they'll come back and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be like that with you, you know? So they're coming back, apologizing, realizing that losing their temper was not right, because they know what's good and what's not, what's right and what's wrong. Okay, they have a very black and white kind of a vision of it. But I feel like you guys coming together will show them that there is gray as well, which will help them to be less harsh on themselves. Okay, I also feel like with the Nine of Cups, like this has the potential to be like the relationship that you've always, like the relationship that you've been dreaming about. This kind of it just feels like it can be such a very satisfactory relationship, but it comes in a package that doesn't seem like it could fulfill those wishes. So I think that's interesting. I also feel like there could be a couple of little, like there could be a bit of bickering. There could be a bit of bickering because of the whole frustration thing, and just you guys are learning how to communicate with each other, right? To be clear with communication. But like I didn't even realize this, but literally like what I said, right? Like they're gonna come back and be like, I'm sorry, I know that wasn't right. I shouldn't have lost my temper. I shouldn't have said, you know, like I shouldn't have expressed my frustration onto you, because I don't think that this person is not going to get physically aggressive or violent, like at all. Okay, so like please guys, red flag alert on, like if somebody's getting physically aggressive with you, or even if they don't like slap you, for example, but they raise their hand, like keep your red flags on. All right, that's already entering dangerous territory. This is not that kind of a person. They would never raise their hand on anybody. Okay, like they would never raise their hand. So I feel like I need to make that very clear. They would never raise their hand, and they would never yell at you to the point of you like falling into tears or anything like that. What they would do is bicker maybe, or like yell a sentence and then calm down out of frustration, like if it builds up because they don't know how to handle their emotion. But then almost immediately after, they're going to apologize. They're not going to sit on it for 5 days and come back like, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Like, no, they're going to be like 5 minutes later, okay, I'm sorry. Like, because they calm down a little bit 5 minutes later, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that, you know? So it's not going to be very big. I just think like it's going to be like, you don't have to handle things alone. And it's like, you don't understand, I have to handle things alone. And then 5 minutes later, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that that this is something I really have to address or deal with, because this is triggering me. But remember how I said, like, you guys are going to be the person that shows them it's okay to be doing that? I feel like that's very much true still. I feel like you guys are going to be the person that, because you're going to be working on this yourself, you're going to show them with clear communication from the beginning, like, hey, this is triggering me, or this is triggering this particular emotion in me because when I was younger, this happened. So don't take this personally. It's just because of the things that my parent did and said to me. Whenever I kind of hear this, it triggers that. So it's not you, but I just want you to be aware, you know, if you get a response and they're going to keep that in mind, like, oh, okay, so they're not a big fan of this kind of a behavior. I don't want to trigger them, because they're not here trying to hurt you. Their goal is to be the ultimate provider, right? So they're going to be taking care of your needs as long as you communicate what your needs are. And you communicating your needs is going to show them how to communicate theirs. So you see, even in this card, it's like, regardless of whatever kind of happened here, even though they're not angry, but like the chaos happening here, like he's coming in like with that apology, with that bouquet of flowers, and she's just here like receiving the flowers, right? And he's like, I'm sorry, here you go, you know? So I just feel like it's like that. And with this Ace of Cups, I just feel like emotionally it's an incredible new beginning for the both of you guys. You guys are opening each other's emotions and healing. You guys are helping each other heal yourselves and each other, right? So I just feel like it's going to be very healing and an incredibly beautiful romantic an incredibly beautiful emotional connection. And I feel as though you guys are going to be helping each other heal your inner child. And this person is going to want to have a family with you because they're very committal. Like they feel, they have a very masculine energy, I was saying, but they feel like their commitment level is like that of an earth sign, you know, like they're like, or like it makes me think of a Capricorn a little bit. Their commitment level. It's kind of like, I have chosen you. I made that decision wisely. Like I don't just accept people into my life. So since I've chosen you, I want to make it work with you. I want to have a family with you. Remember, that's what they're looking for in a relationship right now, is somebody that they can, it's like that next phase of their life. They're like, I have this home, I have this material, you know, success or prosperity. And I want to take care of someone now. I want to have a partner and a family. So yeah, I feel like this person wants to have like children with you. So this relationship from the get-go, I feel it could have a very good potential if you want to accept it for something long-lasting. Okay. Yeah. And now let's look into, actually, let's put this away first. But next we're going to be looking into where you will be in your life when this person comes in. Interesting, because this is the second time during your reading in particular that I have this song from a Bollywood movie stuck in my head. Oh man, give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can find it. It's I don't even know what the Bollywood movie is called. It's like something Kalho, something. 1 second. I have it in my phone. Kalho Naho. Give me 1 second. Let me look up the lyrics. That's the name of the movie, but it's also like the yeah, that's the name of the movie, but it's also the name of this song. And let's see the lyrics really quickly. Yeah, you see, like this song is all about, it's like time is always going to be passing you by. So just enjoy the moments that you have here. Okay. Like it's almost like reminding you, like, be grateful for what you have. And if you experience a hard time, just know that like life is constantly moving. Life is constantly, shifting, and so the next that hard time is gonna shift and something good can come from it. Let's see, every moment in life. Yeah, like it's just kind of like an encouragement to live life to the fullest. Just be grateful for life, even with the ups and downs. It just means that you're alive. It's a beautiful thing. And oh wow, okay, yeah. And so there's this one verse. By the way, I like said all of that with just reading a verse and remembering. Okay, so proud of myself for that. But I did just read a verse, which I think is going to be prominent for you guys. So this is just the rough English translation. Okay, so it says, "Someone to love you with all his heart is difficult to come by. Should there be someone like that, he's the one for you. Be sure. You must take his hand, for all you know, tomorrow might never be. Every moment live life to the fullest. Whatever time you have is yours, for tomorrow might never come." In the realm of your eyes, should someone get close to you, even if you try a million times to control your crazy heart, but it shall continue to beat wildly. But yeah, it's a beautiful song. And yeah, I think that's interesting for you guys that kept coming through. Because it's like, it's talking about taking a chance, and even though if something may not work out, like you experienced it, you know, and that part about somebody coming into your life who just wants to love you, you know, it's like, why wouldn't you let them love you, right? And it's interesting. Oh, that goes so beautifully with what I was saying earlier about the trust and letting people in, right, guys? So, okay, let's see where you're going to be currently in your life when this person comes in. You have the King of Swords, Five of Wands, the King of Cups, interesting, the Page of Wands, Death, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Cups again. Whoa. And the Six of Wands. Okay, so where will you guys be when this person comes into your life? I think it's interesting that you guys have some of the cards that came up and what your relationship will be like. So, remember I was saying, like, you guys are going to be taking the lead in regards to that a little bit. And if you start doing like some of that work now, when the relationship presents itself, you guys are going to be able to be handling it so much more better and all of this stuff. So I feel like you guys are going to be, when this relationship comes in, you guys are actually going to start working on those things that I was talking about. Like communication and trust and all of this stuff. Because you guys are giving each other exactly the things that you need. Like, your wounded child has needs and their wounded child has needs. You don't want to rely on each other to meet those needs, because that causes codependency, because then you're like, I don't want this person, I need this person in order to be okay, right? But if you work on meeting those needs, and they work on meeting those needs for themselves, right, and you for yourself, and then you guys come together, what you're really getting is somebody, because you still have those needs, so you're meeting those needs for yourself, but now somebody is really going to help you really heal by showing you, like, hey, I'm going to be here in case one day you can't meet that need. I'm going to give you that need being met too, even though you don't need me to do it. And then one day, if you're ever kind of feeling weak or something, I'm still going to be here to continue to support you, like a net that you can fall into, so your need will never go unmet. Okay? So I feel like you guys are going to start working on meeting those needs. But in regards to, remember I was saying, it's like you guys are very, like, you guys are much more feminine, they're more masculine, and you guys are like that balance. I feel like it's like that in regards to the things that you guys need too, because with your abandonment wound and like the trust wound, you need somebody who's stable, who can show you, I'm here for the long run, I make plans for the long run. And this person is like that exactly. And then for them, they need somebody who's like, I'm here for you emotionally, I can be your strength emotionally, I can handle emotions, I understand emotions. They need that. And like, you're lovable exactly as you are. You don't have to be strong constantly. You can feel free to lay down the armor with me. You know, you guys are really good at disarming people just naturally, because you guys have a caring, gentle spirit and energy. And I feel like that is exactly what they need for their healing, right? So you guys complement each other in that regard. And I feel like the place that you're going to be when this person comes into your life is you're going to be a lot more aware of your boundaries, and you're going to be extremely communicative. Like, you're going to be vocalizing everything. Like, if something is not satisfactory to you, you're going to be like, excuse me, this does not work for me, okay? Like, this is not what I agreed to. Please do not take advantage of me, so on and so forth. Like, I don't feel like you guys are going to be like creating conflicts left and right. But I do feel as though you guys are going to be Like you're just not going to stand for anything, like being like any form of being taken advantage. Like you guys are going to be extremely defending yourself, which is why you guys are going to be able to have that clear communication with this person of your boundaries, right? Of the things that are okay, that are not okay for you, because you're already going to be practicing that in your everyday life. So like if somebody is like, oh, I gave you your paycheck, but I left off like a day's worth of pay because I forgot, but I'll add it into the next paycheck, right? In 2 weeks or something. You're going to be like, no, that's not okay. You're going to write me a check for that day because I'm not going to wait another 2 weeks to get paid. I need that money. That's my money. I've worked for it. You're not going to keep it from me and keep me waiting. I was supposed to receive it on this day. You know, so I feel like it's going to be like that. Like people are going to think of you as a bit more snappy yourself now. Like people that knew you before, they're going to be like, whoa, she's, or he's, or she's, or he's like, or they are kind of snappy right now. Like, why are they used to be so nice, right? They used to just give me what I asked for and be okay with everything. But now they're like being super vocal and like uptight. And it's like, you guys aren't being uptight. You're just being very defensive of yourself, and not in a bad way. Like you don't let people take advantage of you anymore, right? That's a good thing. That's where you guys are going to be at. I feel like you guys are going to be working on the trust issues by then too, because you guys are going to be a lot more expressive, and you're going to be, I feel like you guys are going to be going through thoughts of like, I am enough. I am enough. I feel like that is going to be the biggest thing that is going to be worked on as well, in addition to the communication, is like, I am enough exactly as I am. And I will always be enough. There is nothing I can do to be more enough or less enough, because I am always completely enough. Like that's going to be the place that you guys are heading towards. Will you feel completely enough? No. But I feel like you guys are going to be like 75% of the way there, as opposed to being like 15%, you know, like in the past. Yeah, and it's going to be like an end of a cycle. It's going to be the end of how you used to be with yourself and how you used to allow yourself to be treated. And it's going to be a new beginning. And I think it's going to be very exciting for you, because you're going to be feeling really good about yourself. Like you're not even going to care. Like you're going to be like, this person's upset with me. I don't care. You know, who am I, your mother? Like, why does it matter how you feel about me taking care of myself? You know, I said no to you. Oh my gosh, big deal. You know, like I just feel like you guys are going to be addressing it like that a little bit. You're going to be more assertive, and it's a good thing. And I think you're going to feel really good about yourselves. Yeah, that's where you guys are going to be when this person comes into your life. And now let's look at any additional messages or advice. We have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, which is interesting, that came out earlier, the Queen of Cups, the King and Queen. And you know what? I feel like you guys are working on more masculine energies, because you guys have a very feminine energy naturally. So you're going to be developing more masculine energy within yourself, because you have two King of Cups, you have a King of Swords. Like it's all masculine. It's all men here, really. Actually, it's all men. So I feel like because of that, you're going to be working on more. It's like you're protecting yourself, you're defending yourself, but not in a way that's unhealthy, but in a way where you're setting boundaries, and you're kind of like showing up for that inner child that's been wounded. Like, no, you know, you may have not been protected in the past. People may have left you before, but I'm enough now, right? I can see that I've always been enough. And because I am enough, no one is going to, like, I'm not going to be left behind. I'm not going to be abandoned, because I'm worthy of the love, since I am enough. Exactly who I am is enough to be loved. And I'm not going to take BS anymore, because I don't have to live up to people's expectations in order for them to love me. And I feel like with this Four of Wands, it's talking about like that balance. It's the marriage between your feminine and masculine energy coming into balance with the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. King of Wands being here twice. It's like this new level of emotional mastery and maturity, okay? I also feel like you guys are going to have increased intuition and psychic abilities going on for you around the time that this person is going to come in, because you're more sure of yourself. Since you guys are like realizing that you deserve love, you're become more self-aware and self-assured and trust. That's it. Because you guys are, sorry, I got excited, because you guys are going to be trusting more. Like you're opening yourself up to trust. You're going to be trusting the universe and trusting yourself. So your intuitive gifts and psychic gifts and abilities, which have already always been part of you, are going to feel like they're becoming stronger because you trust yourself enough to know the difference between what your signs and nudges and stuff are telling you and giving you advice on. And I just feel like even with this Queen of Wands, you guys are like extremely passionate. Like you just become passionate people, you know, outwardly passionate. Like maybe you guys for the longest time had a very rich inner world, but with this Uranus here and this this waxing gibbous, I feel like you guys are shifting, you're changing into being like outward, more outwardly seen, you know? You're changing from, I'm not saying you guys are going from being introverted to extroverted, because really the definition of those is where you gain your energy, but I just feel like you guys are going to be from more I'm going to stay home all the time to like, I want to go out, explore the world and have fun because I deserve it. Like that's the energy I'm getting. Okay. And final messages. Oh my goodness, Aries and the 10, which is funny because I was saying like there was Aries energy and the 10 is Capricorn, right? Then we have a 3 and Neptune. So the 3 is like it is Gemini. It is the 3rd house, but it's also Mercury. But I'm seeing it, the first thing I got with that is the Empress. Oh, Aries is the Emperor, and then you have the Empress, and then you have Neptune here. So I just feel like you guys are becoming more empowered and having self-mastery and like this new depth with Neptune here, complete and incredible understanding. And this person is like having like this, again, like they're very direct, and that's something I guess you never have to worry about with them too, is they're actually going to be very direct. Like you don't have to guess what they're thinking. They'll tell you exactly what they're thinking. The only thing you may guess at is what they're feeling, but that's only because they in the beginning aren't as good at understanding their feelings. But again, that's not going to be a forever thing. That's just kind of in the beginning as you guys get to know each other. But yeah, that was your reading, group 2. I was going to say group 3, group 4. I've been at it for a while now. But that was your reading, group 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below if this is somebody that like, you know, you could see being of interest, like, because sometimes we have a secret desire of somebody that we can help open up or do the reverse of or whatever, you know? So is this something that you kind of had a feeling you would be receiving, or is this something that you guys are open to receiving? Let me know if you guys actually try that meditation that I'm going to have linked next to your group. I know it's like 20 minutes, but to be fair, the first like 10 minutes, she is just talking and explaining things. So I feel like the first time, listen to the whole meditation, and then when you listen to it again and again, you can either listen to the whole meditation the first few times or the first time and then just skip to the actual meditation part. But I definitely recommend listening to the full meditation at least the first time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. If you guys like this video, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. And again, like I said, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. And also, I have a lot of exciting plans for you guys on this channel. So if you'd like to stay up to date or posted on when I upload a new video. I would appreciate if you guys subscribe to the channel. There are so many of you in just the span of like a month and a half, and it's kind of amazing. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making it to this part of the reading till the end. And may you guys always be blessed, okay? I know trust issues kind of and abandonment issues are really hard to go through and to overcome, but just know that this is something that you can handle, that you can overcome, and clearly I'm seeing you guys being in a place where you do, okay? So I'll say it ahead of time. I'm proud of you guys, okay? I'm wishing you guys lots of love and light. Oh, also before I go, if you're interested in a custom crystal bracelet or in a private reading, feel free to reach out to me through my contacts page on my website or through my email. Okay, guys, have a blessed... I can speak. Clearly, I can speak. My tongue is just like going through rolls right now. But I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Bye, guys. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. If you're wondering why there's a change of scenery and you're like, ugh, Milka, why is it that I always come to your reading and we start out in a beautiful, vibrant room with a beautiful brown, wooden, warm table and that's shaky all the time. And then I click on my group and I always end up with this black speckled table in different lighting. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Group 3. It is because I live in a shared space and alas, I cannot do anything about it. So I'm sorry, guys, but there is a change of scenery and a change of lighting and a change of space of motion that I have. But that is okay because you know what? I still have a reading for you. I still have a message to deliver. So, dramatics aside, maybe you guys were drama majors. You know, I was actually a drama major in high school. It was quite the experience, but I feel like you guys probably like Broadway and theatrics and musicals, and there seems to be a whimsy about you. But yes, this is your group if you chose the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Vessels. So I'll set this to the side here next to this beautiful, lovely stone, and we're going to be looking at a few different things today, you guys. So the first thing we're going to be starting out with is who is the person that is coming towards you romantically. The next person coming to you romantically, if you continue to stay on the same path. Okay, so first we're going to be looking at who they are, and then the next set of cards will be a little bit of possibly their status or more in-depth aspects of their personality that are more prominent, or certain experiences that they've had or overcome. Okay, so first we have the Six of Swords, the Sun. How lovely. The Page of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Stray Cat, which has no correlation with any of the tarot cards because this is a custom card for the deck. Okay, the next few cards, these are going to be nameless and numberless because these are made by an artist from Thailand, and I don't speak the language, so I can't interpret this, but we've got this card. So I go by the images for these. This card. Card number 3. And card number 4. Interesting. Okay, give me a moment and I will get into your interpretation. So, off the bat, I feel like your person is a shepherd. And I don't mean like a German shepherd dog kind of a person, though they could be. I feel like they are somebody who helps people when they go through transitions in their life. This is somebody who is mentally and emotionally very, very strong, very stable, and very dependable. I feel like they're extremely independent, and they've handled things on their own a lot. So because of that, they're very good at helping people handle things. Sorry guys, the flower petals. They're very good at helping people handle things, and they don't miss the details either. I feel like they're very good at paying attention to their surroundings. And I don't mean that in just a safety way. I mean that in a sense of they're really good at spotting people who need help. Like, even if somebody is coming across as very mentally and emotionally strong, this person, it's like they have a sixth sense for this kind of thing. It's like their intuition is super on point for this particular genre of noticing things, which is they are very good at seeing when somebody needs help. So, for example, if you were walking with them on the street and they saw like a little kid, for example, just standing by a flower shop, they wouldn't think, oh, the kid's parents are inside. They would sense like, oh, this kid is lost, you know? And I just feel like they've gotten a lot of people through very taxing times. Like, people turn to them a lot. And you know, it's crazy too, because most people would be burdened by carrying such a heavy load voluntarily, involuntarily, well, especially involuntarily. But this person thrives on that. That's the crazy part. Like, this is a person that you can really rely on. Like, it's not, I feel guilty for having to ask for your help. Like, this is the stuff that gets this person off as being of use to others. Like, it's not how they determine their worth, but, well, it's not how they determine their worth fully, but it is the thing that brings them the greatest joy, is being able to be a pillar of strength for others. Because that was something that, you know, honestly, even with their upbringing, I'm not seeing that they had a very sad, traumatic upbringing, you know? I'm not saying they had a perfect life growing up, but I don't see it as being something that is debilitating. I feel like they grew up in a sense of a little bit more luxury than most people get to experience. Their parents were good at their jobs, you know, hardworking. And this person has learned how to be independent. They may be an only child as well. But again, this is a general reading, so that's not necessarily always the case. I feel like this person, when they say, let me help you, they mean like, please let me help you. I want to help you. This will bring me so much joy. Think of it as an act of selfishness because it'll make me genuinely happy to help you. Like, that is the kind of person that they are. They're incredibly sweet. And what blows me away about this person is that they can handle it. Like, look at this 10 of Wands. Like, normally somebody looks burdened, but this person is like like they can handle it. They can shoulder the burden and then let it go. Like, it doesn't it doesn't plague them, you know? Like, they don't help somebody with their burden and then take it on as their own, like an empath normally would. Like, they're not like that. They just help you with whatever it is that you're doing. Like, they're a natural guide. I feel like they're a natural guide. They help people almost like a shaman. They help people through the darkest points in their life, and then they move on. They're not even looking for anything in return. Like, this is just what they do. I feel like it's part of their soul's essence and nature. They're like a guiding light. They're the star that guides people. And they usually go about doing it all on their own. You know, like, this is a very, very, very independent person. It's like, I feel like if anybody really encounters someone like this, they're going to be like, where are you from? Like, what planet are you from? Like, are you human even? You know, like, where does your kindness come from? Like, it's literally like they're on a mission, and it's just engraved in their DNA, and they don't complain about it. They don't have a hissy fit. Like, this is just what they do. That's it. End of sentence, period, full stop, whatever you say wherever it is that you guys may be from, like, this is just who they are. And they expect nothing in return. It's incredible. And when I say, like, I know I'm still talking about, like, the same thing, but it's just mind-blowing, like, how strong and capable they are. Like, if you guys could sense what I'm sensing, I wish I could just, like, project it on there, like, sense it, feel it. This sense of, like, really, I'm here. There's no condition for me being here. Don't ever feel like you're a burden around me. I thrive off of this. This is what I do. Like, I can just hear them saying, this is what I do. So don't stress it, you know? Let me help you. This is what I do. It doesn't drain me. It doesn't make me tired. This is what I do. They're like, they uplift people. They help drag people out of a dark place. And they are a light to many, you know. I feel like people, like, they really are, like, with the sun and the way that this star is coming through here. It's just making me think of, like, true north, you know, like a guiding light. Like, they can, I mean, this is a incredibly strong person. But I'm going to stop repeating myself with all of this. Like, just know that this person is amazing, okay? Like, they're incredibly, amazingly compassionate, kind, and strong, and just capable of so much. Like wow, you know? Like, they are literally a shepherd. They guide people out of hard things and situations, and they do it perfectly. They do it like it's a job they've been doing for thousands of years, like the back of their hand. It doesn't even, I'm telling you, it doesn't even really make them tired or anything like that. They don't take on other people's emotions. Their guides are like, they came in with this sole mission to be able to guide people and do this kind of thing. Like, it's just engraved in them, and the protection that they need is engraved in them to keep them safe while they're doing such a thing. Like, they don't take on the burden of other people. It's incredible. And, like, to have somebody, and this is going to sound so bad, so please don't take it in an offensive way. It's just following the patterns of what at least I have witnessed. Oftentimes you get somebody who has such a powerful mission and purpose experience some kind of trauma, like really big trauma in their life or something that they have to overcome in order to get to where they are. But I feel like with this person, again, they didn't have an easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of a life. But their life doesn't have the kind of trauma that you would expect them to have gone through in order to be able to do this and to be so capable at it. Like, is that the right word? Capable? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, let's move on. Okay. You know, I feel like this person comes from a very giving family. Like, their family, yeah, like, they could have done a lot of traveling when they were kids to help a lot of people. Like say, this is just an example, okay, you guys, don't take this as like, wow, this must be my person is exact, like, the odds of this being all of your people is very slim. But just as an example, say their parents worked for, like, Doctors Without Borders. They were doctors working with Doctors Without Borders, and I feel like they would have taken this person and they would have gone to all of the countries that they were going to with that program, which, by the way, it's a program where, like, doctors volunteer to go to countries where there aren't enough doctors, usually in, like, war zones or where lots of crime is happening and stuff. And it can be a very dangerous job and very, very selfless. And they help basically the people that need medical treatment. So, like, for example, say their parents did that, or like they would go to third world countries and help build homes, and they would take this person. Like, this person grew up around charity. So even though they didn't experience trauma, like severe trauma firsthand, that's not to say that they didn't have their own emotional obstacles to overcome, because they 100% did. I feel like that's just something that comes along with anybody if you live in a world full of people, you know? I feel like everyone has their own kind of emotional obstacles to overcome. But I think them being able to see how other people have lived, even if it's something smaller than like going to another country, like even if it's just parents who own a community center or like a YMC, like a community center or some place where they help people who are a lot less fortunate or going through a tough time. Like it's just kind of engraved, you know? I feel like their parents have been doing this, and so this person has grown up around this. That's another reason why they're just so capable at it. And they helped they helped families and individuals go through traumatic events. And I really feel like in this regard, these people, like this person and their family, like a lot of people can consider them saints. Like, I feel like people who talk about this family would be like, oh, that's a family full of saints, or like a family full of angels. Like, that is a family watched over by God. And a lot of people pray for them to be watched over by God or like divine or the universe. Like, I feel like a lot of people pray for this family, for this person and their family, because they're so grateful to them. Like, wow, it's incredible. Okay. Wow. All right, moving on. Let's move into the next cards. I was definitely not expecting to be finding out that such a person exists during this reading, but wow. Or people, right? Because it's quite a few of you guys watching. So, and obviously, again, it's not everybody here who's been going to doctors. Like, I just feel like they're also inheriting kind of like what their parents did. And yeah, so next thing we'll be going into, and like not just inheriting it, but keeping the torch burning, right? Like adding more to it, continuing that mission. And if you guys come together and really stay together, and if they have a family, I feel like they are grateful for the way that they were brought up, and they would want to continue that legacy with their kids and their family to do what their parents did and had done and continue to do. Okay, next we're going to be looking at what kind of a relationship this person is looking for. Like, for example, if they're looking for a fling, if they're looking for something serious, etc. And we're going to be looking at what type of love languages they have when it comes to giving and receiving love. So I'm going to look at my notes as well, just to be exact with the love languages. But for now, we've got the 8 of Swords, the King of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, off the bat, something else I wanted to add is like this person could have started their own charity or organization to help people as well, or they're planning to do that or want to do it. But I kind of feel like most of you guys, they have already started it, even if it's something as small as a Facebook group to help people, or like some kind of donation based thing to help people, or like some organization. I feel like they're already kind of doing that. Now let's see, before we get into what kind of relationship they're looking at, let's look at the love languages that they're how they express love. I feel like they express love 100% through acts of service, and through acts of service, words of affirmation, and yeah, I feel like that's how they express love, mainly through acts of service and words of affirmation. And I think that goes hand in hand with how they help other people. I feel like in regards to the kind of love that they want to receive, which I feel like when they kind of get this love that they deserve, like for example, their friends and the people that they know and the people that they've helped, they would probably think that it would take an incredible miracle person to be good enough for this person. Like, I don't think if they were just with any regular person, like people would be looking like, this person doesn't deserve group 3's person, you know? So I feel like it kind of puts like, even if this person is like not a celebrity, Anybody that they're dating can encounter a certain sense of pressure that they have to live up to something. Because I feel like a lot of people don't get, like a lot of people are more superficial than what this person is living at. But I feel like if this person got the kind of love that they truly deserve, then in regards to the kind of love that helps them feel like they are loved, it would probably be physical touch and quality time. I think one of the biggest issues that came about with their parents doing all of this stuff, even though they were involving them, is this person, remember I was saying like it's not like they grew up without their sense of emotional hurt and turmoil. I feel like it's not that they're selfish with their parents, not at all, but they saw their parents giving to so many children that the priority of the family became to give to others a little more. And so they're kind of used to, I'm not saying they neglect themselves because they understand sort of their worth, sort of, I will say. But I just feel like it's easy for them to be okay with a little bit of neglect for the greater good, right? And it's like, no, you deserve just as much attention as you give to everybody else so diligently too, so incredibly, so tentatively. So I feel like the kind of love that this person may not even, I think they probably do know it, but some of them may not realize that they actually crave the most quality time and physical touch. Like gentle kind of tender affection. And what they're looking for in a relationship. Okay, 1 second. I feel like they've experienced a lot of betrayals in relationships because they naturally help people, right? And so they have tended to get into relationships with people who needed help. Once they were done helping them, those people continued on their way. And like, I just feel like it was never an equal give and take. Like, that's why a lot of people in the past have said about your person, like, this person deserves so much better than whoever they're currently with, because they're so generous and they give so freely and they don't even second guess it. Like, they just give. And they are okay with not, remember I said it in the beginning, like they're okay, it's unconditional, so they're okay with not receiving anything in return. But if you're going to be in a romantic partnership, that's the kind of thing that you need, is to be able to receive in return. That is a healthy relationship. So I just feel like they've been in a lot of relationships that have ended catastrophically, or like they were upset by it, but then they just brush it off like, oh, it's okay, you know, at least I got to help them. And it's like, no, like, take a moment, be upset, grieve if you have to, you know? I feel like the kind of relationship that they're looking for is kind of mirroring this. And this is where it kind of goes into they didn't experience severe trauma, but there was enough of emotional things for them to overcome. I feel like they're still kind of stuck in this pattern that their parents have instilled in them of self-sacrifice. Because with this Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords, oh, I know the Eight of Swords is here, but it's these two cards that are giving me this image right now. They're like, I feel like they're on some level still keep trying to figure out, like, they keep going to the same kind of people that they can help. And like people who neglect them, like these people tend to be a little bit more self-absorbed, right? And they're like, oh, I need help, you know, and this person comes in and they help them. And then once they no longer need help, they're like, okay, whatever, you can continue to do stuff for me and I'm just going to continue enjoying my life. Like, I feel like this person is kind of stuck in a little bit of a pattern. And this is kind of what they're looking for again, not realizing, like, why doesn't it work? Well, one time, eventually it's going to work. Like, that's how this person is thinking. I think they're going to be like, eventually one of these people that I'm going to help is going to want to continue to stay around me. Because I don't feel like it's this person who's leaving. I feel like they either would get cheated on or something like that. And so people would be confused. They'd be like, you're such a kind person. Why do you have like the worst luck in love? And it's because this person is staying around people that are not good for them, that take advantage of them. Yeah, like that's, you see, it's almost like they turn a blind eye and they kind of stay stuck in those kinds of relationships. And it almost feels like they're looking for that same, like they're the King of Wands, you know, but they're acting like they're this Eight of Swords. Like they're stuck or trapped somewhere. And it diminishes them because it's almost as if they have this crown and they're ready to crown just anybody, you know, like to be their partner. And regardless of the gender, right? They're ready to crown anybody to be their partner. You can even reverse it this way, right? This queen is ready to crown this King of Wands. And it leaves them dethroned in a sense. Like it's like, but they don't even have the ego about it. That's the crazy part. Like they don't have an ego about it. They're not upset about it. They're just kind of like, it's incredible how strong this person is, and they have a sense of security within themselves that this kind of a thing doesn't affect them. They don't allow it. It's not that it doesn't affect them, but they don't allow it to affect them long term. But I think they're kind of looking for the wrong type of thing. They're looking for the same thing, expecting a different outcome. That's it. That's what it is. They're looking for the same thing, expecting a different outcome. So it's going to be very, I think, shocking when they come across you. Let's go into the next thing. Next, we're going to be looking at what does the relationship look like. So let's get these cards out. What will the relationship look like? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, the Devil, the Two of Pentacles. I can already kind of see a couple of problems that will be arising. The biggest one being this person is going to keep wanting to give and help everybody else. And I feel like you guys may feel a little neglected. And like if you tell them that, they're going to try to give you time. Like they are not trying to prioritize service to others over service to the people that they love. If you tell them that, they're going to try to give you time. They just don't know how to do any differently. So I feel like the biggest thing that you guys are going to have to overcome together, like this person, you're going to be like, hey, take a break, okay? Because they identify themselves as how they give to others, like how they give service. They just can't disassociate that from their identity. And you're like, well, aren't you going to spend some time with me? And I feel like that was an issue that they were having in other relationships too. Remember I was saying they keep looking for the same type of person, expecting a different result, were those people that they helped after they received help, and they're like, you know what, yeah, keep doing things for me. But also at the same time, they're like, spend time with me, let's go do this. And this person is like, oh yeah. But I have to help this person, and I told this person I'll be doing this, and I told this person. And I feel like on some level, some people may get attracted to this person because they're so kind and helpful. And all they were actually being is just kind and helpful because that's who they are. You know, it's like so a jealous person or an insecure person in a relationship with them would be like, why are you being so nice to everybody? People are going to think that you're trying to flirt with them. Well, that's not the case, you know? So like being with somebody like this, you have to be kind of secure within yourself. Then we have Justice, the King of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Chariot, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun. Give me a second, you guys, before I continue. I just really need a sip of water. I feel like I have dust in my throat. Oh no. Oh, there it is. I was like, where's my bottle of water? Y'all, my throat is so dry. I feel like the throat chakra has been coming through for every group so far. So I feel like, remember I was saying communication is going to be, like I was saying about the other people and the jealousy and all this stuff. And I feel like security within yourself and clear communication is going to be necessary for you guys in order to be able to create something that works, like a dynamic that works in this relationship. But other than that, what this relationship is going to look like, I feel like something, especially in the beginning, that you guys are going to have to find a balance between is their time spending with you and their sense of duty to the world. Because like I said, they kind of identify themselves with this. Like it's engraved in them, almost like it's in their DNA. They can't help but doing it. Like this is part of them. So I feel like that's why it would almost be easier to have somebody that like does this kind of thing with them. But they also need somebody to help remind them like, hey, okay, I understand you don't feel tired, but you know how good it would feel if you gave yourself a break, or like give yourself a break every once in a while, just as a form of like self-love, even if you don't feel tired, you know? What else do I see here is the type of relationship you guys will have. I do feel like you guys could really have the potential to actually get married, because we do have the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Like this is a marriage / house, and this is like a family / home together. So I do feel like you guys could have a potential to go the long haul, right? And you guys can kind of take on this philanthropy kind of thing together. Because I feel like your compassion for each other and your love for each other and who you guys are individually is going to help keep bringing you guys together. I really do feel like there is going to be a bit of an obstacle at first, especially with this Four of Swords and this Devil card, and the Two of Pentacles and Justice, right? This is about balance. I feel like there's going to be an obstacle in the beginning of the relationship with you guys finding a balance of spending time with each other and them going off and doing their thing, philanthropy-wise. Because remember what I was saying, they're so used to doing things on their own. Like this is a big thing for them, is continuing to have their independence in any relationship dynamic that they're in, whether it's romantic, friendship, all of that stuff. This person is used to going solo, okay? So they got used to it from when they were growing up and all of this stuff. So that's why I'm saying, to be with this person, you really need to feel secure in yourself, enjoy spending time with yourself. Don't be looking for a relationship to be the source of your fun or fulfilling or meeting your needs. Because if you can do that for yourself, then you're going to have a great time with this person. You guys are going to genuinely enjoy the time that you guys spend together. You're going to have a lot of fun together, excitement. You guys can travel a bit. Yeah, I'm seeing you guys traveling together, actually. But that's only if you continue to have that stability within yourself. Because otherwise, like, sure, the other people may have broken up with this person, but it's not like I feel like this person could have left somebody once that was overly clingy. They could have had, I feel like they haven't had very many long-term commitments or relationships. I really don't feel like that. Like they could have had, I feel like they've seen quite a few people, but most of those people didn't last longer than like 2 or 3 months. And the kind of relationship that you guys will have, I feel like they're going to really encourage you guys to pursue your goals and your dreams. They're going to be like your #1 supporters. But the most important, I feel like on some level, you may feel stifled, which is why, again, the security within yourself and being able to have fun with you. I feel like on some level, even when you guys start, there could be a long distance thing. I don't think that's going to be a thing forever, because I feel like when you guys take a more serious, like when you guys get married, it's almost like you guys want to rush to get married so you can live together, so you can be wherever you are together. Because I feel like work takes them away, and like this kind of thing takes them away. And so when you guys get married, you can officially be together for, like, you can see each other more frequently. But again, I'm feeling my throat. It's crazy. Like this is an interesting sensation. I feel like you guys are going to try to repress how you feel in order to continue to see this person, because you think they're so great, and you're just like, well, they're so great. I can sacrifice not seeing them, you know, not having like, I can sacrifice to stay with them, you know? And that's why I feel like it's important to communicate, you guys, because you can find a common ground. I'm not saying a relationship ever goes without sacrifice from either party, right? It should be both people. It shouldn't be, I guess in that case, then it's compromise. It's not sacrifice, it's compromise. So you go from sacrifice, which is why I'm feeling all that triggering in the throat, to creating a compromise, which is where both of you sacrifice a little bit of something so that you can both continue to do right by each other. Okay? So I feel like just continue to be open with this person. Communicate openly. Like, you know, they're really kind, they're compassionate, and like I said, they're incredibly strong, so they can handle a lot of things. I feel like they could be, it's almost like they're workaholics too. You know, like with their like they're constantly keeping busy, especially in the material world. Whereas you guys are more of a home, I don't want to say a homebody, but like internal, right? So that's why you guys like to spend more quality time together and all this stuff. You guys have similar, real, genuine love languages. I don't know if I mentioned this, but like words of affirmation and gift giving are big for them in regards to how they show love. But I feel like as they spend more time with you, they're going to realize that they're going to be showing love the way that they want to receive it too, which is like quality time and stuff. That's how they, like, that means a lot. That's how they want to receive love. But how they give love, or how they're used to giving love, is through gifts and words of affection. But yeah, I hope that was specific enough. Anything else that I'm getting here? Yeah, like that's why I was saying, like I feel like they could have had a lot of people leave them because they're like, you're not paying attention to me enough. You're making it about everything else. But it's like this person is so used to living their life like that. They get a thrill out of living. It's their life, you know? And though they want to share it with someone, they would hope that the person they share it with can understand that about them. And I feel like with you guys, there actually could be a great compromise. It's just the most important thing is that you continue to communicate with each other so that it actually is a compromise and not just you sacrificing, okay? Because that's not something they want either. They care a lot about the people that they're with. So if they're with you, it's because they care about you. That means they don't want you to be the only one sacrificing. They're more, remember I was telling you in the beginning, like they're like, please, like, let me help you. It is not a burden to me. That is how I thrive. That is what gives me pleasure. That's what gets me off, is helping you. I feel like they're really, really giving in the place. But yeah, so I think that's why communication is key here. So don't be afraid to open up to them and don't hold back. Like, just express exactly how you feel. And this person is the kind of person that just handles things head on. So they'll be like, okay, I get that. Actually, I'm sorry I didn't think that way. It's been a while since I had to think that way. And okay, I completely understand, and I do love you, and I do want to spend more time with you, so let's come up with a compromise where I can get to see you, and you'll get to see me, and but I can continue to do my work, and you can continue to do the things that are good for you too, right? So this is the kind of person this is. They're very mature, okay? So don't try to be doing that kind of childish, playful, I mean, you guys won't, but like people in the past have like done this childish, playful game thing with them. And it's like, that's not gonna fly, okay? So they're very upfront. What you see is what you get with them. Okay, next we're gonna be looking at where you guys are gonna be at in your life when this person comes into your life. So we have the Hermit, the Four of Pentacles, interesting, the Queen of Cups. That is so funny because in every group so far, there's only one group left really, at least like the card that you guys chose comes up at some point in the reading at least once. Then we have the Devil. Interesting, the Devil is coming up again. I feel like this has to do with the security that I was just talking about with you guys, like feeling secure in the relationship and within yourself to be able to be with somebody who's incredibly independent. The Lovers. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. the Six of Wands, and the King of Cups. Oh, look at that. Counterparts. Okay, you guys. Okay. So, I feel like it was supposed to be where you guys are going to be at, but it kind of went into you guys in general, like the relationship again. So where are you currently going to be at? These two cards for sure are talking about you guys. And I think it's interesting that the issues that are coming up or that are going to be involved are things that you guys are going to be working on as this person approaches. So like that security within yourself, all of this stuff, that's when you start working on that. And I'm not talking about having it all, you know, like together and stuff by then. I'm just saying you guys are going to start working on that. And that's around the time when this person is going to come into your life. It's going to be almost like a test. Can you continue to do that for yourself? I feel like you guys are going to be doing a lot of deep diving within yourself and a lot of introspection. You guys are going to be prioritizing yourself a lot. There's a really good chance that you guys aren't even going to be expecting to meet somebody, because at this point in your life, you're really going to be like, you know what? I'm so done with the drama of waiting for some romantic prospect. Like, I just need to go through some isolation right now. Like, I'm not in a place to have anybody come in. Like, I just want to pick me for now. I just feel like you guys are going to be so done waiting for love and all of this stuff that when this person comes in, it's going to be like almost as if it's a surprise, you know? You're like, are you serious? I finally said I'm done. Like, I'm really, really done. Like, I just want to continue to focus on me, prioritize me. And now you're bringing this person in? Like, what the heck, universe? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with you guys. And I also feel... yeah, I feel like both of you guys, I really, not every group has had like, this is your life partner. But you guys, I feel like this can really be your life partner. Remember I was saying I saw like the marriage and stuff like that? I feel like you guys have been, like since you were kids, you guys imagined each other. You imagined like the kind of relationship you would want. And it was actually each other. If you guys have ever seen Practical Magic, which it's a nice movie, you know, I love the love aspect of it. I love the love story within it. Not the twisted one, but the actual love story, like romantic one, not, I mean, the sister story is nice too. The movie itself is nice, but I really think it's cute because in the movie, like what's her name? Sarah? I think she's played by, what's her face? Oh my goodness, what is her name? The lady, she's the brunette. Sandra Bullock. Bullock? I think that's how you say her last name. Don't come for me. I don't know. I'm not really good with celebrity names. But yeah, like she plays, it's Sally. Maybe it's, what did I say? Sam? No, it's Sally. I think it's Sally. She plays this woman who's like a very good witch, but she hides her magic, all this stuff. But when she was younger, she created a love spell to keep herself from falling in love, or she created a love spell to wish for someone who she as a kid thought was impossible to exist, so that she would never fall in love and experience the suffering that the women in her line, in her family line, have experienced through relationships. So she created like this guy, she like wished for a man whose favorite shape is a star. He has one blue eye, one green. He can ride a pony backwards. And she came up with all these qualities, and she put that wish out into the universe when she was a kid. Like, this is the kind of love I want, knowing that it didn't exist. And in the movie, like at some point, he finds out. Spoiler alert, okay? I mean, this movie's been out for a while, but he finds out, and he's like, and she told him, like, when she realized that he was the guy that she wished for, she couldn't believe it. And she told him, like, he probably doesn't even love her. He loves her because of a spell that she cast when she was a kid. And then later in the movie, I just got chills because, like, I love this part so much, but later in the movie he is like, I wished for you too. Oh, chills. I got chills again. Like, it's just such a powerful moment where it's like both of them were wishing for that, you know? It's not like her just putting out an impossible wish. both of them were making that wish at the same time for each other. And it was coming true. And it's just so cute. It's so sweet. And it's interesting that you have both the Devil and the Lovers here, because it's like, as soon as you guys overcome those insecurities, this relationship can turn into a relationship with this victory card too, right? The Six of Wands is all about victory. This relationship can turn into a relationship that is like destined by God. That's what it feels like. Like we are each other's destiny. We are each other's destiny. Like that is how deep this love kind of feels. It's like you are meant for me and I am meant for you. I wished for you. I prayed for you. I wanted you since I was a kid, since I was very little. And I'm seeing like the Page of Cups underneath here. And with this Page of Cups, it's even making me think of like the child that you guys will either have naturally or like adopt, or even if it's an animal, like a soul family animal that you guys will adopt or rescue or save. I just kind of feel like you guys are gonna start a family together, and any problems or issues that you guys could have had, like coming to, because I feel like you guys are going to be overcoming a couple of things before you get married. But it's like all the issues go away the moment you get married, the moment you guys can live together. Really, all the issues go away the moment you guys can live together. That's kind of how it feels. It's not even necessarily for those of you who don't want a marriage certificate. I just feel like the moment you guys share a home together, all of those issues are going to go away. The insecure, like you're going to be working on those insecurities and stuff. And again, like I said, communication is key. You guys compromise, right? Not sacrifice, compromise. But I feel like this is you guys, even in the movie, it's kind of like this scene. She has flower petals and like herbs that she puts in this pot, and the wind blows it out into the world to kind of like with her magic, right? And the wish when she was a kid off the balcony. But here it's a little fish. So that's why it's making me think of like kid. But this is reinstilling that you guys are going to have some kind of a family together. And that you guys wished for each other as kids. Like it's so cute. I mean, like really, it's so cute. Okay. Next we're going to be looking into final messages / advice for you guys. You guys are the only group where they continue to talk about your connection. Like you guys are really like soul family. Like you guys literally wished for each other. It's the cutest thing. You guys are a dream come true for each other. You know, I don't think this person ever really, like, I don't think they kind of realize that they can have a love like you guys. I think they just accepted the fact that it's probably just, I'm just going to have somebody, like they didn't think that they could have the capacity to love as much as they love you. And vice versa, you know, like it's incredible. But yeah, for advice, you guys have the Fool, the Ace of Wands, the King of Swords, Strength, and the 10 of Cups. And then for final messages, we have Uranus, the end of winter, the 6th house, the beginning of summer, and Libra. Libra, I feel like, is instilling again that like this is all about balance. So I feel like they're asking you currently to continue to prioritize yourself. I mean, you prioritizing yourself is the thing that initiates this person coming into your life anyway, but they're not saying it so that this person comes in. They're saying it because they want you to genuinely want to choose yourself. I also feel like with the Fool and the Ace of Wands, they're asking you to let go of all of the things from your past that no longer serve you. Like it's time to have a full detox / release and just kind of purge it out of your system. If it comes up, let it come up so that you can let it go. Like it's time, you know? And with the King of Swords too, I feel like again, and the Strength, they're saying again, do not be afraid to communicate your wants and needs. Do not think, okay, I need to be the only one making a sacrifice here because this person is so great. I mean, I got lucky. This person is so great. So it's okay for me to just sacrifice seeing them as often, even if it makes me sad. You know, like, no, communicate with them, you guys. They want you to communicate with them. They're not going to get it. They don't always get the cues. Like, they can spot when someone needs help, but when it comes to their love life, they're going to expect you to communicate with them. And if you don't, because they see you so highly, they see you as so developed. So they're going to be like, this person, group 3 is kind of evolved, you know, they're so evolved in every level, in every way, that they're going to tell me if something's wrong. So I guess since they're not saying anything, everything's fine, you know? So it's like, no, you've got to speak up. It is important for you to speak up. Make it known. Make it clear. You're not going to offend them. You're not going to hurt their feelings. This is exactly what they want. You're not burdening them with this, okay? And you're not being ungrateful. Really, truly, you're not. Because you have to continue to prioritize yourself and the things that you feel you need in a relationship. And that's going to bring about a happy life and a happy family for you guys. Even if the family is just the two of you guys, right? And like I said, it could be a couple of animals. It could be natural kids or adopted kids, or the community is your child. You know, like, it's just, you guys have a happy family because of this communication. That's what's going to help you guys go the long haul. Otherwise, you guys can end up having resentful feelings, and that can poison the relationship. Okay? And I feel like you guys are still kind of going through this transformation currently. And when you finish going through it, which is, I feel like it's coming through soon, possibly towards the end of winter, actually, like in February or something. February seems to be very big for a lot of people. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's the Lunar New Year. Like, I don't really get it. I don't know if some kind of astrological event is happening in February. But I feel like February is kind of where it's at for a lot of people, at least in my readings so far. But I just feel like the change is going to be so drastic that it's like you're going to go from this end of a cycle, right? It's like going from the end of winter, instead of going into spring, you're going to summer. Like, it's that drastic of a change. Like, you're almost out of the cycle, and you're going to be like, wow, flourishing. Okay, you guys? And, I just started putting stuff away. I didn't even realize I didn't do your dice. So let me do your dice. We're going to get the final message with the dice. We have the Sun, Libra again, 3 and 15. That's interesting because that is the devil again. You guys got the devil 3 times. That is crazy. So with the devil coming up again, I feel like there's extra emphasis on communication. It's like you guys are ending a karmic cycle, like almost as if you guys coming together is ending a karmic cycle. Like, I really do feel like you guys are soulmates, and this person, you remember I said it's like it's a little hard in the beginning of your relationship. You guys are going to have your tests and stuff and trials, but I feel like that is the karma that you guys are overcoming. And then once you guys move in together, and especially once you get married, because I feel like in previous lives, maybe you guys were trying to get married or something came in the way or something along those lines, and there was always an obstacle and you guys never got to officially get married, or there was some kind of a betrayal. So it's like the moment you guys get married or have some kind of like, it really feels like a legal situation. So I'm sorry if you guys don't support marriage, but even if it's like a hand fasting, you know, not a legal marriage, but like a hand fasting. Is that what it's called? A hand fasting or a hand fastening? You know, a hand binding, whatever kind of a thing, like a symbolic marriage. The moment that happens, I feel like your karmic cycle is broken and you guys can just enjoy each other. I feel like you guys get to you get a redo on your relationship soul-wise, because you guys have your souls love each other, but you guys didn't have the best endings in the past lives that you guys have been in. And it wasn't things that, it was like external circumstances. You guys had a lot of tragic endings, I feel like. So in this life, there's going to be a bit of it's going to be different. But yeah, I also feel like Libra season is going to be important for you. So obviously by the time this video is posted, if we're going just by the upload date, is past Libra season. But either Libra energy is going to be really strong with you guys, which means there's going to be a lot of balance in your relationship, or Libra season could be prominent for you guys, not necessarily when you guys are going to meet, but in the relationship, maybe around Libra season is when you guys start to, or you guys either have strong Libra placements in your charts, or they do. But I feel like that's an extra emphasis. And with the devil coming through again, I just feel like it's that karma that you guys are overcoming with this person, so that you can actually be together and be happily together. So it's like, continue pushing through, okay? And continue choosing yourself, and not in an egocentric way, but in a soul, like, respect way. Okay? All right, you guys, that was your reading. Group 3, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know if this resonated for you. If you did like this video, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Also, I do have a lot of stuff planned for this channel, and if you'd like to stay up to date when I post new videos, please feel free to subscribe. And if you guys are interested in either a custom crystal bracelet or a private reading, please feel free to reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website or through my email. I also have my Instagram down below, which I'm working on being more active on. I just need some more time with that. But yeah, group 3, that was your reading. It was a pleasure doing a reading for you. You guys really have an amazing person coming through if you continue on this path and work on your healing and stuff. So like, kudos to you guys. Like, it's impressive. It's quite a strong connection and bond that you guys have. And if you haven't seen Practical Magic, even if you can just look up that scene with like Sally and whatever his name is it Jack? No, probably not. Sally and something, where he's like, I waited for you too. And I just heard, I don't know why I've been getting a lot of this reference recently popping up in my head, but I've done my waiting, 12 years of it in Azkaban, with the whole Sirius Black scenario going there. But yeah, all right, group 3, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get into group 4 because it's been a bit of a day, but I'm wishing you guys so much love and light. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful and thankful to you, and I'm so proud of you for how far you've come, because you guys have really been going at it, okay? So you deserve to be acknowledged too. Okay, guys? Which is why it's important for you to speak up about like how you feel, regardless of how incredible you think the person is. If they're not going to give you the time of day, or if they're not going to be considerate, then they're not worth your time. Okay? Cool. That's it. End of sentence. Period. Okay? Bye, group 3. Hey, group 4. This is your reading if you chose the Wheel of Fortune. I know all of my group 4s, for the most part, you guys are always just like group 3 sometimes. Like, why do I get this background with different lighting and a darker table with lots of scratches on it? I'm sorry, guys. I'm in a shared space, so unfortunately, sometimes I do have to move locations and rearrange everything. Trust me, if it is annoying for you, it is just as annoying for me because I have to rearrange everything. That's okay, because I'm excited about your reading. First things first, I think it's ironic that you guys chose the Wheel of Fortune, because this is all about chance, right? It's like you spin the wheel, you don't know what's going to be happening, and it is hilarious because as I was shuffling your cards, the cards that came to talking about what the relationship will be like and like things you should know about the relationship, it took forever for cards to come out. Like, I'm talking forever, okay? Like, it took a long time. I was shuffling for so long. I was like, why are you doing this to me? And then I realized you have the Wheel of Fortune, and I was like, it's supposed to be a mystery. They don't want you to know many things, so they're taking forever. But yeah, look at how thick and juicy we got this stack at. You see the blue gilding and the copper gilding and then the little gold gilding here. Okay, so first things first. I just finished shuffling this. Like I said, it took forever. But before we get into it, the first thing we're going to be looking at is who is this person that will be approaching you romantically. If you continue down the path that you're currently on, like who they are, and a couple of deeper intel into them, like either their major personality traits or events about their life and stuff, or yeah, about their life and stuff, or also even sometimes you can see a little bit about their social status and whatnot, if that is important to you. But yes, let's get into it. So we've got Moonlight. This is actually a custom card for this particular tarot deck that the creator added. It's one of the 3, I believe. The Emperor, Knight of Wands. It's funny because when I was shuffling your final message cards, I got something that made me think of Aries and something that made me think of Scorpio. So I'll get into that in a second. Oh, and then the next few cards, these are made by an artist in Thailand, and it's written in a language I cannot read. So yeah, they don't have names or numbers. So I'm just going to show you the images. So here's card number 1. Here's the second one. Let's move these a little tighter here. Here's the third. And the fourth. Okay. All right. But what I was saying was I feel like somebody here has a lot of Aries energy and another person has a lot of Scorpio energy, or both of those energies could be present in one or both of you guys. So take that as it will. So I just feel like either Pluto is prominent in your chart, or you have a heavy 8th house, or you have a lot of planets in Scorpio. And the same goes for the Aries aspect, like in the 1st house, or a lot of planets in Aries, or Mars is very prominent in a chart, in one of your guys' charts. But yes, first let's look into this person. First of all, passion, excitement, and travel. I feel like this person loves to travel, like this is the first time I'm seeing, I've had the Emperor card come out already. This is the first time I'm seeing these, like I'm noticing these mountains, and it's making me think of Nepal and the Himalayas. And I feel like this person likes hiking. They love thriller, adventure kind of things. They love nature. They love being out in nature. That's why I'm saying like hiking. I'm getting a lot of like backpacking, hiking. Like they like getting things, like feeling a little rough, you know? That's not to say that they're opposed to luxury, because I think they like a good balance. But I feel like they especially like adventure. Like they like adventure. They like they would go skydiving. They would go surfing. They would go paragliding. Like they just want to experience it all, you know? So they would want to go fly a kite with you. Like this is the kind of person that they like adventure, okay? And yeah, so that is the biggest thing that's coming through about them. I'm wondering how much we'll actually be able to see about them, considering the fact that it took forever to shuffle a lot of cards when it came to the relationship and like revealing too much. So if you guys don't get too much information, just know it's kind of like a divine protection of the outcome. But yeah, with the Moonlight here, I feel like they love travel and excitement, but they have this love for nature, because I feel like they're very extroverted, but they need quiet. And nature gives them the quiet that they're looking at. And I don't always take cards like this so literally, but I just realized again, like they have the moon coming through on the bottom of the deck. And when I picked this up, it also revealed the King of Cups, right? Which is like water energy, which is water and the moon are tied with each other. I just kind of feel as though this person has a very rich inner world that many people don't get, many people don't get to know it, because all they see this person as is that exuberant personality that they are used to, the extrovert that they are used to. So I feel like this person, they go unknown by a lot of people that claim to have an acquaintance with them. I also feel as though, sorry, my slipper is caught. But I feel as though, yeah, like I was saying, they have that rich inner world, and like they get serenity. They feel serenity and peace and calm in nature, because they can have a very exuberant and fun personality, but the way that they can really get peace, because it's easy for them to get worked up, and not in an anger sense, but like in an excitement sense. But still, even that, like sometimes you need a break, you know? Because look at how vibrant this sun is. The sun is so bright that it looks white. Like that's how vibrant it is. It's harsh. So it can be taxing sometimes, whether you realize it or not. And I feel like that's something that's why they go on adventures a lot. They go on like solo trips, like they enjoy solo travel, and little mini getaways and vacations. Like I'm getting like this person, like these people for you, group 4, like they have the travel bug, okay? They love learning about different cultures. They love going to exotic places, specifically places that are different from where they're from. They like to encounter things that are different, learn new things, and go out into nature in all these different countries. And now let's get a little bit deeper information in regards to them. Give me a second, because I have to kind of look closer at these cards. I'm going to bring them down here for a sec, and then I'll bring them back up just so I can really see them. I feel like this person is like a jack of all trades as well. Like they're good at a lot of different kinds of things. And most people don't expect them. Like I feel like they're so lighthearted. They make people laugh that people sometimes kind of get surprised that this person also has an extreme emotional depth to them and understanding. Like sometimes when this person speaks, I don't think people expect this person to be like spiritual, for example, right? Because they're like, oh, this person, oh, they're just funny and they're good at their job and they're a good laugh to be around, you know, like they're fun to be around. But if this person like opens up their mouth and like says something extremely profound, people are like, what? Like, whoa, I didn't realize you come with depth too, you know, like it's not that this person is not shallow at all, but I think people have a shallow perspective of them because they have multiple facets and most people only see like a couple of them. I feel like this person is very kind, they're very giving, and they like to help cheer people up. Like they're good at cheering people up and helping bring lightheartedness to a situation. I feel like they had to deal with a lot of hardship growing up. And they could have even dealt with either the loss of a parent or the loss of innocence when they were younger. Or both. I feel like they had to grow up very young, and I feel like they could have either lost a parent or just they lost their innocence very young. Yeah, it's kind of a very heavy topic, I would say, and something that's very personal. And it's not something that I think gets discussed with a lot of people. And if anyone were to find out about this, they would be surprised. Like, how are you so positive? How are you so upbeat? And it's like this person is this way because they chose to overcome the thing that caused them a lot of hurt and pain. But I feel like they're used to being on their own and they enjoy their own company because they had experienced a lot of drama in their family as well. Like, I feel like their family could be either from a culture or just the dynamic of their family, where there's like a lot of gossip about each other, even, right? Not just the outside world. Like, they're very judgmental. I feel like they have these incredibly high standards that they hold themselves to and project onto other people, because they were raised to believe that they were not good enough. Not your person, their family. And this is kind of a thought that you pass on from generation to generation, and your person is kind of done with that. So I feel like this person actually is not very close with their family, because they just can't handle or tolerate the drama anymore. And like, people don't even realize how, again, like, this is why they have such a rich inner world, because they had to overcome, like, I mean, obviously you can have a rich inner world without overcoming this, but I feel like this is one of the reasons why they have their rich inner world, is because of what they've had to overcome. But most people don't know what they've had to overcome. Like, most people don't realize how strong your person is, because they're very strong. They can handle a lot. I feel as though they love their family, but they just can't. I feel like they have an overbearing mother. Like, it seems like they love their mother, but like, she could be very spiritual too. Or religious, religious, spiritual, whichever. But I also feel like she can make things about herself a lot, and it can be very overbearing for your person. So like, I feel like they don't spend as much time with their family. They don't talk about their family often. And if they do, they'll only say good things, like, they're not trying to slander their family. I also feel like your person could have a sibling too, a sibling that they feel like they want to protect from the family as well. Like, they want to protect their sibling from the kind of family that they have, with all the gossip and like high standards that are impossible to reach. And the judgments, I kind of feel like that's something that they had gone through or grew up with. So let's see what else we can get. Moving on to the next part of the reading. How many of these cards do we have? Oh, just enough. Okay, that's fine. So next we'll be looking into what they're looking for romantically at the moment. So like, are they looking for something serious? Are they looking for something short term? Are they just looking to have fun? Like, we'll see what's going on with them in that regard. We'll also look at what their love language is in regards to giving and receiving love. So we have the World, the Five of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and the Devil. Okay, completely honest is what I'm gonna be. I don't feel like your person is currently looking for something long-term, because I feel like they've been feeling suffocated. They felt so suffocated by their family and their family's high expectations and standards that they kind of don't see themselves committing to anybody right now other than themselves. Yet they're coming into your life romantically as an option. So I feel as though right now they're really looking for someone to have fun with and to travel the world with, like to have fun, because I really don't, and like passionate fun, if you catch what I'm saying as well. Not like a one-night stand, but I feel like it feels more like a hangout than like a serious commitment. But with the Ace of Pentacles being here, it's like they're not, like, if it leads to something more serious, they wouldn't say, no, I told myself I'm only into a fling right now. I just think the way that they're perceiving things right now is they're not into anything serious. But that being said, like, if something were to actually end up becoming serious, it would kind of sneak up on them and they wouldn't try to throw it away. And as far as their love language, I feel like they've been taught that gift giving, like they could come from a culture where you're told to, anytime you go into someone's home, you must bring a gift or something along those lines. So I feel like gift giving is one of their love languages, how they give love. And And quality time is how they give love too. And how they receive love. I feel like that honestly is something that they're currently figuring out for themselves. Let's see how they receive love. I feel like they receive love through physical touch and affection. And there's one more, 1 second. I'm thinking. Have you guys ever seen SpongeBob? There's like the scene in one of the first couple of seasons where it's like, I'm gonna stop with that. But they receive it through physical touch and acts of service and quality time. I feel like those are 3 big ones for, I mean, everyone has all of them, right? And some people, 1 is more prominent, some people 2 are more prominent, some people all are equally prominent, but I feel like those are their main 3. And again, I just feel like those love languages that are more prominent for them are coming from a place of overcoming the stuff that's going on with their family, like their family programming, their family karma and cycles and stuff. Okay, now let's look into the next step after I clear the table. So the next thing we're going to be looking at, which is the thing that took forever to shuffle, will be what is the relationship going to look like, okay? What would a relationship between the two of you guys look like? So we have the World. You guys are getting the World again, which is interesting. The Lovers. Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. Ace of Swords. The King of Pentacles. The Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Interesting. You guys have a lot of wand energy. Justice. King of Wands. Yeah, I mean, the only thing missing is the Queen of Wands at this point. 5 of Swords. Queen of Wands. Okay, no, not anymore. Now we have the whole Court of Wands. And that's it for this particular section. So let's take a look at these guys. Okay. What is the relationship going to look like? It is ironic that you guys have you have King and Queen of Wands, Prince and Princess of Wands, you know? That is literally like, it's incredible. And you have the Lovers and Justice, which is about balance, right? And the World. So I feel like this union, should I just list the card? Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. I already said all the other ones twice, so may as well. But yeah, I feel, ironically enough, right, with what we were just talking about in regards to what kind of a relationship, what they're looking for in a romantic dynamic right now, relationship-wise. Also, before I even get into that, I want to point out on the bottom of the decks here, we've got the High Priestess, the Lovers. You have the Empress, and the Empress is again over here. There are a couple of other cards, but I just thought it was interesting that I was seeing such powerful feminine energy in the Lovers again there. So I feel like this person has this idea of what they're looking for, but remember I was saying like they want it to be just lighthearted, just for fun, just traveling, all of this stuff. But if it turned into something more serious, they wouldn't be opposed to that. I just think it would take a little bit of time for them to be okay with it being serious. But it's just going to unfold naturally, right? Because what they're really looking for is like a friendship with benefits. And a lot of the time, like if you've seen any of the movies about that, like it never works out. I mean, I'm not saying in real life maybe it does work out for some people, I don't really know too many people who've done that, so I can't speak from personal experience. But in movies, what you see is that it tends to not work out, right? Because they end up getting emotions involved and they actually want to be together. So I feel like that's kind of the situation here. Like, this person is going to be like, I'm not really open, like, I'm just taking it lighthearted, you know? And I wouldn't say go into the relationship expecting it to be serious from the beginning. Like, oh, I'll convert them. You know, you don't want to be doing that. That's not fair to either of you. But it's almost like give this person a chance and go and enjoy having something lighthearted. They're asking you not to have any expectations with this relationship, but I feel like Divine is almost guiding you to this relationship because they're trying to protect the outcome of it and they want you to go for it and enjoy it and experience it. So I feel like with the World, like there is going to be, and with all of this wand, like you have all of the wand court cards. So I feel like you guys are going to travel a lot. There's going to be so much magnetic passion between the two. I mean, look at this. Like, look at this card. Like, you guys are going to have so much magnetism. Like, you're going to be so sexually attracted to each other. Like, for real, for real. Like, for real, for real. Both of you are going to be so attracted to each other. I feel like they're the same kind of weird as you. And they're going to feel the same way about you. Like, you're the same kind of weird as them. That's how they're going to put it, you know. I think weird is a relative term, but just for lack of a better term, I'm going to say it. I just feel like you guys feel like you're this one of a kind. You're the same kind. Like two peas in a pod. And that is going to be the thing that, like, really draws the two of you to continue to keep seeing each other. I feel like Divine is asking you to go for it just for the fun of it. Could it lead somewhere serious? Yeah. Should you think about it in a serious sense? No, they don't want you to. They want you to go and enjoy. You don't always have to be thinking in the sense of marriage. You can go and have fun and enjoy, you know? And then that's when that kind of serious stuff tends to come up, is after you have allowed yourself to play. I feel like you guys are going to talk about everything. Like, I'm seeing you guys talking literally about everything, like the cosmos, space, aliens, UFOs, the government, conspiracy theories, goals, aspirations, deep desires, strange desires, like sexual fantasies, abuse, trauma, family, morals. Like, you guys are going to talk about everything. Okay, like everything. And I feel like you guys are going to want to try and experience everything together as well. You guys feel more like really close. Like, again, it feels like a friend's, like, it's in the start, it feels like friends with benefits, right? It feels like you guys are really close friends. And regardless of how the outcome will be, which again, they're protecting the outcome. They want you to go for it. Go for it in a lighthearted way. Don't think of it as serious. I feel like regardless of what happens, you guys are going to come out of this with a good friend. Because you don't have to let like drama get in between the two of you guys. Like, regardless of how you guys tried to pursue it, and if it didn't work out, for example, you guys are still going to come out of it with a really good friend out of this person. I also feel as though yeah, like, this is a good friend. Like, this is a type of person that's going to be there for you always, and like, you're going to want to show up for them always. You guys are good friends, and I feel like anything that develops between you could take some time. Like, it could be slow. I'm not saying 7 years, but it could just take a little bit of time, because this person was not initially open to a full-on relationship. But I feel like they're not going to even realize that they were in a that they're in a relationship with you. Like, it just develops so naturally that they kind of do all the relationship things with you. The only thing they're not going to be feeling comfortable with really is the title of, we are an official relationship. That being said, it's not like they're going to be sleeping around with anybody else or anything like that. It's just they're not going to be like, we are an official relationship. It's that kind of commitment. I feel like their family has instilled that kind of a fear of marriage or commitment in them, and it's not something that they can't overcome. But that's why I'm saying, like, don't get attached to the outcome and just have fun. And they'll get over it too. At some point, they're going to have to realize, like, hey, person. This is kind of a relationship, but whatever. Yeah, so again, I'm sorry if you guys aren't getting too much information out of this, because again, they're trying to protect the outcome, but keep in mind, like, you're going to be able to talk to this person about everything, and you guys are going to have such, like, I'm talking, you're going to be like, there's no way I can keep away from this person. Like, it is a magnetic connection. Like, you're not, it's incredible. Okay. You're going to feel like somebody is finally on the same level as you in regards to like how you view the world, and like, you're going to feel like you're not alone, you know, and they're going to feel that same way too. It's like two kids coming together, and they're like, we don't have to feel lonely again. We don't have to feel weird, because we're like the same kind of interests and stuff. Next, we're going to be looking at things that Divine wants you to know about this relationship. So we've got the 6 of Cups. Interesting. Okay. The Queen of Cups. The 3 of Pentacles. The King of Wands. Wow, we're getting, this person has a lot of fiery energy, okay? I feel like they can even have like anxious thought. Like, I feel on some level they're going to try to continue to rebel against their family and like their family's beliefs. Like, they want to challenge their family's beliefs, okay? That being said, they're going to get over it eventually in their life. They're going to get over that, because they're going to realize that they're allowing their family to dictate how they live by doing that. We have the Page of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the World, and the 4 of Wands. Yeah, okay. So you see what I'm saying? Like, this person thinks that like they're coming into this as just a friends with benefits, but I feel like you guys, because if you meet them, like I'm saying, if you choose to follow Divine's guidance on this and not have serious attachment to the outcome, and you just go with the flow, don't overthink it, like, you're gonna blow this person away. Like, you are exactly the thing that they've been looking for, like that kind of a companion and friend. And like, you guys are very compatible, like sexually as well. Like, I mean, we have to talk about the sexual stuff for you guys, just because there's so much fire here. I feel like for them it is extremely, 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 extremely important. Like, can I say extremely enough? No, extremely, extremely, extremely important. I feel like when you, like, if for example they were trying to determine like, oh, is this the person I want to marry, but they didn't have sex with this person, but they were in a relationship with them for a very long time, and like, say they have the most incredible sex, they're like, okay, yeah, like, that is the thing, that is the final marker. Like, okay, yes, then I can marry this person. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, because this is a general reading since there are multiples of you guys, but I feel like it could be very, very, very difficult for this person to wait until marriage or something to have sex. And they're super untraditional. Like, they're unorthodox in regards to that kind of stuff, like waiting until marriage, because like I was saying, they had such a religious upbringing or something along those, like, they just had they have a negative connotation with this kind of restrictive living, what they consider restrictive living, because of how their family brought them up. So they're rebelling against that, okay? So it's not that they wouldn't want to respect you. I just feel like it's kind of going against their personal things. But to be completely honest with you, even if you were somebody who was like, I want to wait for someone completely like special, all of this stuff, or I don't just give myself, I feel like you guys are going to have such a magnetic pull that like you would want to be with this person in that way, regardless of like if you wanted to wait till marriage or something. Because like I said, them and marriage, it's not like they're against joining forces with someone, but I like for the rest of their life, I feel like they don't think of themselves as that way, because they're still actively like trying to resist their family's conditioning. I also feel like these people are extremely kinky, to be completely honest with you. So like, if you choose to engage, You're gonna be in for a ride. I feel like also the moment they realize they don't have to resist their family and they can just live however they want, and they can and take like certain things in the culture that they actually enjoy and certain things that they don't, is the moment that they have freedom. So I feel like they're still kind of in the search of their freedom, and they're looking in outside places like traveling and in nature. They're going to come to terms with it eventually, but I do again strongly feel like you guys, if anything, the biggest things that you're coming out with, regardless of the outcome, is a great solid friendship. You guys are like comrades soul wise. Okay, so I just feel like you guys are going to instantly get that connection between each other. And with the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands, I just think that is such an interesting combination. You see, like, this Queen of Wands is like intrigued, you know what I mean? And he's just like, he's all about the pleasure, because look, he's smoking a cigarette, he's leaning back. So I just feel like it's like you guys are different. Oh, you see, even in this Three of Pentacles, it's like, this is the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, and there's something that ties them together. Like, they are not actually connected. Like, they're different from each other. They're not linked with each other, but something greater comes to bring them together. So I just feel like that's kind of talking about you guys as well, about that relationship. So again, it's not like this person, like, I would say be completely open-minded, because this person can surprise you and you can learn a lot from this connection. And worst case scenario, you come out with a great friend. Best case scenario, it could lead to something a lot more with that friendship intact still as well. Okay. All right, let's get into let's get into the final messages here. So these cards are going to be where you're currently going to be at in your life, where you're going to be at in your life when this person comes in. So we have the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Tower, oh my gosh, you guys, the King of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Magician. Wow, this is an interesting Magician card. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, look, were we not talking? Look at where that ball is. Where is this ball? That is this person's butt, which means that is fill in the blank, okay? So like I was saying, the passion between you guys is going to be so, like, this person is filled. I mean, look, he's literally naked, surrounded by roses, in like a bed of roses, right? And this like red fire. Oh, this is fire, right? I mean, there's all the elements with the water and the wind and stuff, but like he's laying in the fire with the roses around him and the thing in his crotch. Like, come on, guys. Oh, and this is a Page of Wands, so more fire. And then we have the Hermit. So where are you currently going to be at when this person comes into your life? I feel like you guys are going to be at a point where you kind of I'm feeling like a sense of betrayal here, and I don't always take the Seven of Swords as betrayal, because I know that's the stereotypical meaning, but I'm getting that from a bit more here. I feel like you guys are gonna sort of lose faith in regards to your love life, and you're gonna just turn to work. Like, you're gonna be done with I feel like you kind of have been waiting for someone romantically to come along for a long time, but it wasn't your time. You guys weren't actually ready. I feel like you thought you would be ready, but you weren't really ready for that kind of an experience just yet. And so I feel like when this person comes in, like, you're at that point where you just kind of give up, because you're like, I waited for so long. Like, I'm just tired of waiting. I'm done. Like, I'm really done. I'm accepting the fact that this is probably how I'm going to be, and I'm just going to, like, give up on this. I give up on this person. I give up on love, like, whatever. I'm going to focus on work and my creative endeavors and whatnot. And I just feel like that's when this person is going to come out of the blue, like bang, you know, like just out of no. And I'm not talking about, oh, that's all it takes. Okay, I give up on love. He. I'm totally over it. Like, I'm not talking about like you saying that. And like, where are they? You know, like I'm unfortunately, you guys, I just kind of feel like you guys are going to be so tired, so mentally drained, because there's so much going on, and you guys are really like F this. Like, I'm so, like, I don't give a shish kebab anymore. Like, goodbye, whoever you are, mystery person. It was nice not knowing you. Okay, see you later, whatever, sayonara. Okay, I'm gonna focus on my paintings or whatnot, my sculpture, my work, my creative endeavor. And okay, like, F you. I almost feel like you guys are going to be angry at this person. Like, this person that you've never even met. You're just going to be like, F you, bro. Like, where have you been? Man, dude, dudette, woman. Like, where have you been? Like, whatever. I don't care. I don't need you anymore. But then the moment you see them, of course, that's all. That all goes to shish kebab. Like, that all goes to shit, to be honest. You're just like, oh, you're so attractive. Like, I feel like that's gonna be the first thing that just hits you. Like, they're gonna be so striking, and they're gonna come out of the blue completely, and you're just gonna be like, I said I was done with you, but I didn't realize you would be this hot. Like, I just kind of feel like that's gonna be a big thing. And because they're so charming, like, they're funny, you know, they're free like the wind, and that's the kind of freedom you want to be living by. And like I said, like, the friendship happens like instantly for you guys. So I feel like that's actually a good thing too, because even if you did, like, there's so much passion, but it's going to be a friendship first. And then they're going to be like, hey, I feel this way about you. Did you want, like, I feel like it's going to be super lighthearted, you know? So some of you could be like, I would never be friends with benefits, and that's okay. You don't have to be, but this is just how I'm seeing it, okay? It's like, maybe this isn't something you would have normally done, but the connection and the passion between you and this person is so strong. They make you feel so comfortable that you're just like, and you can see that they are a good person. Like, they are genuinely a good person, okay? And I feel like you're gonna be friends, and they're gonna be sexy, and they're gonna feel the same way about you. And at some point, someone is gonna be like, look, I have this passion in my pants for you. I have this passion in my crotch for you. And that's gonna be like, they're gonna be, and the other person is gonna be like, well, I kind of do too. And then they'll be like, I'm not looking for anything serious right now though, but are you okay with that? We can just have fun and see where things go and take it slow. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. You know, and I think you guys both be surprised with where it leads. But again, I can't stress enough, like, the biggest thing I'm getting here is that friendship is going to be the key. And that's going to be the thing that you guys are ultimately left with, regardless of the outcome. Always you're going to have this kind of a good, close soul friendship. And again, like, I feel like you guys are going to be mastering your life in other aspects. Like, I feel as though you guys had done a lot of healing in regards to being abandoned, like abandonment issues, healing in regards to feeling like, oh, I'm worthy, I'm enough. Like, especially I'm enough, you know, like, I'm enough, I deserve love. I feel like you guys are going to have done that healing, and then you're like, I still don't have this person. And at that point, you're just gonna, it's not that you fall back into your old ways, but I'm just seeing you guys isolating a lot. You're just like, okay, like, I it's not that you fall into a depression, but it just kind of feels like a, okay, whatever, I give up. Universe, you told me you loved me. I guess you've got some greater plan for me. And then you're focusing on mastering, like, your material world, I guess. And that's going well for you, by the way. Like, that's going to be going good. You know, it's not like everything around you is falling to shit. It just seems like the love life it just seems like isolation is going on a bit before this person comes in. And that's around when that person will come in. Okay, and then we have final messages here. We've got the Queen of Wands. Oh my goodness. So many wands. I feel like you guys you and this person mirror each other. I feel like you guys are very similar, even if maybe, like, you don't realize it at first. Like, I feel like you guys could look different, but, like, internally and like passion wise, you guys are actually very similar. Like I think the thing that excites you about this person is like you're like, wow, so much passion, but it's because you actually have that passion inside of you yourself, but it's just being projected out into this person, and you observe it better by seeing someone else exuding it. But really you have the same exact amount of passion. That's why you guys get along so well. Remember I was saying you guys are like the same kind, you know, like two peas in a pod. You guys are like the same. Then we have the wheel. This is so funny because this is something I said in all of the groups. Every group so far, well, every group, I guess, because this is the last group, has had at least in some point of the reading, the card that they chose show up at least at once in some point in the reading. So here you go. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. And we also have that as the top facing card here. So again, with this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like with the Queen of Wands also, they're telling you like go entrepreneurial spirit, like creativity wise, like again they're talking about going for passions, kind of releasing the love life. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like again they're emphasizing like we don't want you to have a set outcome. We don't want you to look at this person and think marriage. We want you to go and have fun and have the experience of a lifetime. And it could lead to wherever it leads to, but don't have expectations, like really genuinely, and not that like fake thing, you know, I hear it's like, I don't have expectations, but this person is going to be my husband or my wife, you know, like, no, like genuinely don't have expectations. Okay. Cause you don't want to put any kind of pressure or burden on this relationship or this person, because they're kind of in a fragile state regarding that relationship thing. And then we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So you have the Page of Wands twice currently. I mean, you had it again in the last spread, so it's like 3 times. So with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords, I also feel like take everything that they say to you at face value. Don't try to read between the lines. Just take it at face value. They're communicating with you. Don't try to interpret it in any different way. And I think that's going to save you a lot of like confusion as well. Okay? Because I feel like some of you guys are going to try to fill in the dots and be like, oh, they said this, but what they really, it's like, no, none of that. Okay? This person is going to tell you exactly how it is for them. And they're going to keep updating you if things change for them. And they're expecting you to do the same for you. I mean, for you to do the same to them, you know, like they're expecting clear communication from you guys. And they're going to be like, take everything that they say at face value. Okay. And when you're going along for the ride, if you choose to do so, which again, you're being advised to go for it. I'm just looking at her accessories. Look at that. I feel like you guys have very good accessories. Again, regardless of your gender, but I feel like you guys are good at accessorizing, whether it's something as simple as like sunglasses or like the rings, or if you guys have like one special chain or jewelry that you guys wear, like it's good on you. It looks good on you. I feel like a lot of people are drawn to your accessories. But yeah, so yes. Okay, guys, my word of advice from the universe. Apart from the whole passion in the pants thing, which this is hilarious. I've never noticed this. Like, this is just, I mean, it's incredible. That I guess it makes sense, right? That is creation. Like, that's how life happens, right? That's half of how life happens. So, yeah, take everything they say at face value, okay? And then the final messages with the cards, we've got the end of spring, the 8th house, and the beginning of summer. Interesting. 8th house, again, to me, is talking about it's like talking about an investment in your friendship. Because I know Scorpio is not about friendship. It's about like other steamier, deeper things. But again, I just feel like they're saying invest in the friendship first, okay? Invest in the friendship above all else. And then anything else could be just an add-on, a bonus, a plus, okay? And I just feel like it talks about the magnetic attraction that you guys will have to each other. Like even with spring here, the beginning of the end of spring, it's not even like the end of spring, you know? That's not like the beginning of spring where new feelings blossom, like no, like bloom, I mean, or like are planted or whatever. This is the end of spring. Like things are already starting to grow. Like I feel like from the beginning, like it's just magnetic. Just like the sun is so bright here, it's like magnetic. Okay, I feel like they're re-emphasize, like if you're curious like how you'll know this person, okay, like there's not going to be a way for you to not notice them, and the same for them with you. Like it's not going to be possible. Okay, and let's get your final message with the dice. We have Neptune, Cancer, the Hanged Man, and the 4th house. Okay, so again, it feels like both of you guys could have mother healing to do, family healing. And that's the thing you guys are going to be both working on through this connection. Oh, what did I say this was? Neptune? Yeah. Okay. And oh, a Neptune in the 12th house. Interesting. So you have the sign and the association with the house, and the sign and the association with the house. So I'm getting like Neptune, so that's like Cancer and Pisces energy as well. So like you guys are gonna have a deep emotional connection too. So don't think it's just sex, okay? Like it really is a deep emotional connection as well. Like again, that's why you guys are friends. Like that's why the friendship comes in. Obviously, friendship is not based off of sex. So that's why I'm saying like you guys are going to have a deep emotional connection, and it's going to be like soulmates, like soul family, soul friends, like that. Okay, guys? All right, group 4. That was your reading. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below, is this something that you guys would challenge yourself to stay open to, even if you just, because regardless of anything else, like the biggest thing that's going to be coming through for you guys is this person is soul family. Like they're a good soul friend. Like you guys are going to have an absolute best friend in each other, you know? So like, is this somebody that you're going to be willing to take the risk for, to kind of enjoy that? Because regardless of the outcome, like your friendship will always be intact. You know, so is this something that you might be open to? I know it's kind of frustrating to hear that it's something that's going to be happening in a sense that like you're going to be in a place where you give up first. So I'm sorry about that, you guys. But hey, at least we had a little bit of a laugh with this whole passion thing going on here in his groin. But yeah, group 4, that was your reading. If you guys are interested in a personal reading or a custom crystal bracelet, feel free to reach out to me either through the contacts page on my website or through my email. I also have my Instagram down below, which I honestly don't use it too often at the moment, so it's best to reach out to me through either the contacts page on my website or through my email. But yeah, it was such a pleasure doing your reading for you guys today. I always love doing this, you know, it's very fun for me, and I hope that it's fun for you guys. And if you did like the video, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Also, like I said earlier, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below about anything really. So it's nice to communicate with you guys. And I do have a couple more videos that I'm excited to be putting out that I've got planned, and if you'd like to stay up to date, I would appreciate if you subscribed to the channel so that you can be up to date anytime I post a new video. But yeah, group 4, that's about it for me. Yeah, I'm really grateful for you guys, and I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for being here, for watching, for listening, for having the space for my shenanigans. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time it is, wherever it is that you're watching. And may you guys always be blessed with love, okay? Bye guys, lots of love to you.